As we are once again alive upon the internet. Yeah, let's make sure that we are with every bit rates and such going places. And with the titles changed and categories set. Just out of curiosity, who's in the category as well? Okay. Okay, definitely back to normal numbers. Yeah, let's jump in. And yeah, we have the wingspan. So yeah, that eagle bearer skin that they already showed in the store last week, and already we knew from just the files. Exclusive exotic skin for the eagle bearer. Yeah, let's actually go and see what that looks like. As yeah, I have a few hours before I need to go do some stuff, so we're gonna do an afternoon and an evening today, as we've done a lot of days recently. We're gonna enjoying it. Not out of the time, especially with the time isn't always there, but definitely we have that option now. So actually, right away, check out this bundle. Or the skin. I guess it's a bundle with I kind of like this raptor skin. Raptor, yeah. Anyway, we're definitely gonna, of course, consume that. We'll buy it in a bit, and we'll run the eagle maybe for a little bit. First things first, though. Let's actually have a peek at what the projects are for the weekly side of things. Did the suns rotate actually? No, it rotates off of gluttony. Off of gluttony next tomorrow. So, and, we have a new scout, of course, to go and get. We'll likely go and do that. But first. Alright, projects. Nice. Just the invasion fighter. I always like this one as well. Just do the invasion basically, and get 3 exotics. Build up that way. Oh, it's back to DUA as well. Legendary. Any? Oh, Lingmo targeted. Could try, for those people that are into backbones and stuff and the other pieces. Actually, having Providence here, I'm gonna go over there and try to get my Krampuses to spawn over there. So I should have a peek at these as well. And Taloy's over there. May handy for a second again to just farm that area, just to run around in Brooklyn maybe later on. But yeah, let's first do that. Let's go get a let's go get a Krampus. And either Inuts and either Beskil and Zeiser and Deb. And yeah, we're jumping on early today. Well, not as early even as yesterday, but early enough. I was definitely, of course, going to do an afternoon and an evening. We're not going to go in one go. But yeah, these weeks I have plenty of time and not much to do. So just, we're gonna waste some time on some division. As much as possible, as much as I can. And definitely I want to get some stuff done. Of course, yeah, the build collection. Actually, I already uploaded the build collection updates that we recorded yesterday. It's already all... Well, actually, so in the end, I went with a different name. I would kind of... I went with build collection run through. I hope that's kind of, invoking what I wanted to invoke. I feel it's descriptive enough, right? Or just, although I'm kind of curious to see if that kind of works with maybe, you know, people that don't have a good grasp of English. You know, it's not their first language. They kind of, you know, they know what the run through is. Like, we'll find that. But just because it's not all updates, I wanted to do it like that. Oh no, not every build's updated. But that first one is kind of, yeah, it's scheduled for later on because it's still being, you know, going through the checking system and stuff of there. Oh, they were so far away that we're in a different zone. Yeah. That out of the way, let's actually go and so we're gonna do a round of the vendors and get our SHD thingies. Let's make sure this also goes over here. One thing I'm gonna do in a little bit is we're already gonna, so I did that kind of yesterday with like character 1 before we started recording. That ate up some of the time that I could have used for recording. So we're gonna actually give a last final checkup basically to especially character 2 and maybe even beyond that. Yeah.
Hey, agent. Take a look.
I need a theory as well. You can change the time in game. No. So there is some places that have like different fixed times. So if you, for instance, go to Coney's, you'll when you fast travel there, you get 11 o'clock in the evening, just because it wants to always put you at night. You can actually bypass that by swapping to the manhunt mission and stuff. But this in-game time for the rest of it is global, and there is no real way to kind of shift that. There is no... And it's 72 minutes per day.
Nice to see you, agent.
With an average of 3 minutes. Oh, equalizer. Just for donating and stuff. Yeah, unusable one. Annoyingly for most. This had one crit chance or crit damage. That would have made a lot of people happy, but at least for just donating. But yeah, I might actually do that on second account. We'll just buy a bunch of these and donate. Although it's not like equalizer is not going to be proficient just by playing a little bit. Yeah, it's nothing usable here.
Thanks for making
Enough Fenris and DNH as the brand, so that's also not even that useful. Let's have a peek what we have as the third item here. Carnage. Yeah, not useful really at all as well. Yeah, let's go around the vendors. Let's go check them out. No, the foremost no. So yeah, you know, but you can't carry that over to other things. So you only, when you go there, you get nighttime, but that's only there. When you fast travel out, it's, you know, seeing as the hunters aren't in Coney. But yeah, you can't change the time globally. It's a global time. Sorry. I realize now actually, yeah, that may have given the feeling of like, oh, we can change the time by going there. No.
I've got the best here at the lowest.
That was just to illustrate. In some places, it's fixed time. There are several missions and stuff where you go there, it sets it to a fixed time, but yeah, you can't like break that out. When you go back to DC, it just goes back to the normal global time that is for every person. I think it adds a name. Yeah. I mean, it's perfectly actually for Krampus. It works out perfectly as you can kind of tank him. Especially once you have the memento up, the bleed is kind of negated by that and stuff. What's up with any memento build with shield? He's actually pretty weak against shields, which is kind of nice. He seems to actually have a lowered modifier for shields, I think. Though in the same way that like explosives have like increased damage to shields, his damage seems to be reduced to shields. I'm not sure if that's maybe just the chainsaws in general have that trait, maybe. Never paid too much attention to like the normal guys. Because it does a lot more damage when he's hitting a body, basically, than a shield. Ew, yeah, no useful brands, no useful items. Mostly we're kind of looking for brands and stuff, of course. And items of interest. Especially, for instance, yeah, for donating. To expertise, for instance, of this season. Like if there's a salvo as well somewhere or some such. That'd be cool.
Always a pleasure to see you.
Nothing per se of use there either. No good brands either.
Combat simulation
program
active.
You got it, I see there with the shit. Yeah, no, it's you have to just wait it out. And it's an average of 3 minutes. Oh, we have Habsburg here. For those wanting to go for that. Yeah, it's average of 3 minutes per hour. And it's kind of annoying with the system because it's not the same amount of minutes in real life as it is for every hour in the game. It kind of shifts up and down, which is a fucking weird thing. And that was actually one of my first kind of deep dives into the game of like figuring out what the in-game times issues were. Actually, it's this command, right? No. Well, it's in the guides, actually. I can just link to the guides. If you're very interested in it, but more so just for historical sake. I actually have a guide on the in-game time. I know for those unaware of it, the in-game time is kind of wonky. And this was actually one of my like first deep dives that also like nobody else kind of had done before me kind of thing. Because yeah, there's also a Reddit post that like I did at the time with kind of like story mode, but this is actually how many seconds each hour of the day, each hour of the in-game time is. So like the 12 to 1 is like close to or closer to 2 minutes, but then some of these other ones are closer to 5 minutes. Like what is that? 8 to 9? It's closer to 5 minutes. And so like the in-game time actually it accelerates and decelerates. What like the tick rate and stuff is the same, but the clock I was likely done to just at least that's my speculation, to make sunrise and sunset be kind of the same length. Still want to actually do that, or should I should do it at some point. I want to time that as well in Brooklyn. New York, I did check. Actually, the original testing was also done in both DC and New York, but I'm curious if maybe Brooklyn is maybe different, just because it has kind of a different sunrise and sunset times. What are we drinking? Just water. That's my general go-to. I'm either usually drinking either coffee, coffee style drinks, or energy drinks, or water. But yeah, it's a little bit early for. I'm one of those people that actually drinks caffeine mostly in the evening. I'm not much for drinking caffeine during the day, which I know a lot of people are different. Yeah, Aleman here, nothing too useful. The Hollow Man itself is kind of useful. For him, yeah, you wouldn't though. Attending bills, but yeah. In a lot of places, you would be better off with bench strength.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
Yeah, let's go do the rounds. Check the DZ ones, and then we'll go check Brooklyn and New York just quickly. One might also, yeah, if we run into a Bellstone piece, although I don't think I'll reach that point that I'll need a vendor. At least the Devils do here as well, another DZ item, but yeah. These things are depending on how much you DZ, pretty expensive. Useful there. Neither maza. Let's go. Solace door. Yeah, I feel the conspiracy theories write themselves, right? Just they handed them out to entice people to buy it.
Hello there.
Actually, yeah, we should buy that in a second. Although we'll do so in a minute when we. Baker's dozen here isn't useful. We'll do so in a second. I maybe even run the Eagle Bearer for a little bit. Bear some eagles. And then the last week of at least so as it still says 2 weeks, but the way they wrote that event, it was just a 3-week event. So I think like that last week is just to spend where you can still spend your keys, but you can't, you know, the event is kind of over at that point. Kind of deal. As we had with like apparel events and stuff as well. Usually there would be, you know, 2 or 3 weeks of being able to get the keys, and then you just had 1 week at the end also still to spend some keys if you had any, you know, if you hadn't yet. Guessing the Krampus is gonna work the same. We'll see. We'll make sure to just spend our keys definitely at every point. Oh yeah. Nothing too good of brands. This ACS is expensive, but it is a detox one. So it's doable. Actually, before we go away, I feel kind of have to. Don't give this guy enough attention nowadays. Let's, at least pet him once when we're here every week. I feel otherwise. Anyway. Even make him do. Oh. But yeah, on to Brooklyn. I know that's why New York is the better DLC. We can pet the damn dog. So, nice. Yeah. I'll let people do. I don't mind it, but I'm also not like, if I have the choice, I generally am more of a chocolate kind of style person. But also, yeah, I don't mind licorice at all, but it's not also like the first type of candy I would buy. I know it's very common here, so that's also, I feel, the thing with licorice, especially if you've kind of been exposed to it when somewhat, you know, young, you kind of get used to the taste and may even like it, because it's definitely one of those tastes that, yeah, you kind of have to get used to, and then it's kind of like it hits you, and then, you know, you have to get over a hump with it, kind of like with kids and tomatoes and stuff, I feel. Play the year. I want to ask if Red Striker is still the meta general DPS like it always was. Well, it wasn't always back in the day, but for a long time it was, and it still is. What I'll link you here to is, but yeah, so basically, yeah, if you had a good build a year ago, that still will be more than effective now. And yeah, Red Striker is just still the one of the general go-tos. I'll link here to the recommended build list, which is a list of recommended builds, as you may guess from the name. Yeah, as you'll see there, Striker is still kind of at the top, an obliterate Striker nowadays. The one thing you would kind of change nowadays is especially Equalizer. This came in this season. Overdogs is a really good exotic to go with it. Coyote is still fine, as we used to run for the longest of times. So that's still fine. But the meta one is kind of this, and yeah, different weapon types nowadays as well. ARs, LMGs, SMGs all are pretty good, where in the past it was just ARs. But yeah, there's also other sets to maybe mess around with, like tipping skills and this season's Coco concentrated company. But yeah, if you're coming back from a year ago, if you had an effective build then, it's still going to be effective. But yeah, you might want to just double check. Especially, yeah, we have some new exotics that are very powerful, and especially this season as well, Equalizer, very powerful. So minor updates eventually. Favorite chocolate bar? I'm mostly actually more of just chunks of pure chocolate, preferably. I used to be very much milk chocolate. I at some point just swapped. I still like. I brought this up sometimes in conversations. I don't even really remember when I kind of just swapped from going milk chocolate to. This is also like 10 years ago. I was used to like eat milk chocolate, and suddenly I was just eating pure. And I was just like, ah. But yeah, it's one of my go-to. I always have like just like full-on bars, just within hand's reach. Nowadays, I'm also better about not just eat like just crunching a whole bar in a day. Like yeah, I definitely didn't get this fat by not being a glutton. So, but yeah, nowadays I'm pretty good about just a little bit here, a little bit there. Yeah. Oh no, that's Petrov. That's not Legma. Yeah, I'm Legma here. No. Yeah. So nothing too great available around the black. We do have Habsburg, but none of the other ones. We have that Equalizer just for donating, but also Equalizer is not a hard piece to proficiency, I feel. Actually, so yeah, I'll be able to check on second account, but does it actually say now how many times XP it is? Because I have everything proficient, so I can't proficiency stuff. Let's go back to DC.
Safe area entered.
Because when you like donate to something, you can see how much because it'll still show like one section, but then when you donate resources, especially, you see that it's like either double or triple. I don't know if somebody can say which one it is. Otherwise, as well, on second account, I still have a bunch of. Oh, it's 3 times. No, it says 3 times. Nice. Was it? This wasn't there before the event started. So, okay. So it's even a 3 times event again. So, nice. But yeah, definitely worth spending some time proficiencing stuff this week. Yeah, let's go and try and get another Krampus. Let's actually go from... Yeah, let's go here, but then go this way, because I went this way and that didn't work out for me. The results is up. Yeah. We have problems. Oh yeah, it's one of those things when you're used to it. I have the same. Some friends of mine like really like super spicy foods. I like my food a little spicy, but I don't go for like. I'm not trying to like accidentally murder myself per se. But yeah, seeing them sometimes just order some vindaloos or something that I'm like, I take like a taste of and go like, "Ugh." Just hurts for 2 days. And they're just chowing down. And I'm actually trying to get Krampus loaves done on hard. Let's remember, world is also set to hard and stuff. Just to get some of these purple pieces, that's also when in this zone I'm doing it. And I'm kind of saving the hards for when a decent target comes to downtown east.
Hostile control point detected.
As it definitely, the purple build is going to be one of the focuses of upgrading. Trying to get better pieces for it. Oh yeah, let's take this character back to base. Let's actually go through and get my SHT requisitions. And what we do, we just go and get some Krampuses along the way. And then we'll go and do the scout. Scouts. That's gonna be so. Yeah, that's one of the go-tos still, indeed. Although nowadays, with overdogs being there, I very much lean towards. I mean, you can still go glass, but the vigilance part of it is.
Here to check something out?
To me, it's really only worth it if you're going sacrifice.
Thank you, Agent. I appreciate
But also versus overdogs is not per se competitive. Neither against Tinkerer. I would much rather have those available. Yeah, let's go through the characters. And with each one is what we're going to kill a Krampuslav. Is there a way to grab the overdogs? Yeah, they're in the general loot pool. The overdogs went to the general loot pool, so they're in exotic caches. You can get them through targeted gloves. And also the blueprint is in retaliation, and that is likely the best way to try to get them. So they're for hyena completions as a reward, because there's two places where you in retaliation where you get blueprints. One is the kill squads. Those can be really fast, as just a few kill squads will get you all those blueprints. But this one's for completions. But if you kind of go into retaliations, also in retaliation, you can set your own targeted loot. So yeah, go in there and just set this to gloves. And then it might drop. And then also if you do enough hyena retaliations and complete them, then you'll eventually have all the blueprints. It's one of those non-duplicate systems. So if you just, every time you get one, that one's just crossed off, and eventually with enough completions, you'll have all the blueprints. So that's overall the best way to try to get overdogs. Yeah, what we're doing? Oh yeah. We get one of these, and then also go and get a Krampus on that character. And so we'll just get our 4 weekly free levels and also exotic components.
Thanks for your business.
And then we'll go and do a Krampus over here. Or some Providence purples, maybe. I need a dag. This is broken off. I mean, it's not always on, but yeah, it's overdogs to me could stand to maybe be revisited at some point. But it's also not as stupid broken as some other stuff has been as well. Like we've had stupider, brokener stuff. Heartbreaker comes to mind for that whole close to a season that it was like extremely OP. But yeah, overdogs definitely could, in my opinion, kind of be 25% and then maybe even just total weapon damage. That would also solve some of the other issues it's causing. Because that would still apply to the pesty, but not, for instance, to some of the skills that it's applying to. Which actually I personally haven't per se included in much of my videos, because I'm,
Hostile control point
well,
nearby.
first of all, hoping they fix that, but also considering them in that way, I consider that basically just a broken part of it. Krampus? Krampuslav? Can I have a Krampuslav? Maybe? This is... And it's not like this character is on cooldown, because we haven't played this character at all yet. This is weird because that's a hoarder spawn as well. So we should have been passing like a bunch of places they could have spawned. There we go. That was I think that was the longest I've ever ran around. Without a loaf appearing. A loaf of Krampuses. No bannies. At least a few purple pieces. Focus isn't worth it. Although I should totally try to get a focus just, but would have to be better than that one at the very least. Yeah, let me catch up here. Unless you have the blueprint? No, that's not true. It's generally available. That hasn't also been true for those kind of items for like forever. So still some people repeat the old thing of once you get the blueprint from the season track, then it's available. That doesn't hold true. If nothing else, we have confirmed reports of like people getting them from exotic caches and stuff before, for instance, getting any of the blueprints of it, like retaliation blueprint or the blueprint that you have for that. Also, nowadays, yeah, we have people that can go into the files and poke around and figure some of that stuff out for us, which helps quite a lot because we don't need to do it through per se testing. We still will test it because, you know, sometimes as well, just because it's set up in a way, there could be just a spelling error or stuff like that isn't immediately obvious, breaking stuff. We still test that, but there's definitely been confirmed reports of people, yeah, that weren't around last season getting the overdogs just from gloves targeted or from exotic caches.
Safe area entered.
That basically shows that outright. Because that definitely has been a problem sometimes with Catharsis, for instance, for the longest of time that was the case, but that also got fixed actually a few seasons ago. Would overdogs be better than stacked striker chests? Well, the thing is, stacked striker chests can also go overdogs, is the thing. You can just have chest striker also, you know, going overdogs. So it isn't more powerful than it. I mean, yeah, when the amp is active on the overdogs, it'll be close to equal because the brand bonus is going to be, you know, around like 5% maybe. So there's a 20% gap there. So yeah, the overdogs will be slightly ahead. So if you're kind of taking a non-chest or a non-overdogs chest variant versus an overdogs one. But the thing to then remember as well, so the way that I generally like kind of calculate overdogs is most of the time I calculate as a 50 because it has uptime. Definitely, like, especially if you know, kind of like here, I'm not per se paying attention on trying to like make overdogs have a extra high uptime or stuff like that. Meaning that, yeah, we have kind of in analyzing some footage, quite often around like a 50% uptime on it. Most, like, even sometimes more, depends kind of on what you're doing. Because especially like activities and against outcasts and stuff, it's even higher than that. But then against Black Dust that have especially the mini warhounds or mini tanks and warhounds eat into that quite a bit. And let's get a Krampus Love here as well. Happy to hear that, says Ian. Yeah, welcome in. Yeah, that's what they're for, so happy to hear it's working out. Wait, is that guy? Oh, that guy is there. Spawn me a Krampus left. Because there's a moment like this, for instance, I want to kill the Warhound first, priority, you know, that, like, here it doesn't matter, we're on hard. Per se.
System back online.
But against the mini, or against the Warhound, I keep wanting to say mini Warhounds, still from all the way back. Yeah, it won't be active against them, but then against the other guys it would have been, so. Where did you spawn them? Why up there? Wait, up there? What? Oh, okay. That's where the territory control is. So we have to go all the way around.
He's gone for cover. Grenade out.
Let's get character 4 in the similar way after this as well, and then we'll go and do the scouts on character 1. And here,
Hostile control.
it's just actually trying to get some purple pieces. That's what these Krampuses are pretty good for, actually. And also, yeah, we can actually have them be in the right targeted, if we have a targeted available. But this zone kind of sucks, apparently, for trying to spawn them. Don't exactly know why. What resource did we use? Water. For this week's. Let's go put them back. And anything. Oh. What was going on before getting the... Yeah. That's for instance. Then also they're confirming. But that used to be an issue, so yeah, I can understand people kind of thinking that, or maybe at least considering that, but yeah, that's not the case this time. They've been a lot better about the blueprints and stuff. They've fixed up a bunch of stuff. Do we have any major issues still there? Well, especially one of the things that they, like what they used to do is if you had the blueprint from the season track, once you got that, it would start dropping in the open world. So for instance, for Bittersweet and Beacon of this season,
Safe area.
yeah, even if you get them from the season track, they don't go into the loot pool. But then what they've been doing is yeah, in the last seasons, putting them in stretch goals. And this season, yeah, we already can get them from these winter caches, so you can get extra ones already. But that's still kind of annoying. I wish they would change that to be... Because last season, for instance, yeah, it was just add 1 overdogs for 4 characters. And no way to get another one until the stretch goals came around. And that kind of sucked. For obvious reasons. Yeah, same deal. Let's just go here. I feel like this area has a shit ton of spawn points, but it just doesn't want to spawn. I feel this would be the place to kind of go. I know. Now it just does it instantly. Fuck you, game. Here, kill my Krampus loaves. My Krampus loaves. And there as well, and named turret hitting me, but yeah, not even instantly putting me to Healthgate, so those things seem fixed. But Eagle skin, do you like it? I haven't ran it here yet. We're actually we'll grab it for the scouts here in a second. I do definitely want to see how it looks. I do kind of like the, but yeah, I know I'm also, it's not per se the majority, a majority opinion, but I kind of like the thumb stock. So the back end of it, I kind of like actually. I was, for some reason, I always like guns that have kind of that design look. Not per se on big rifles, but for instance, yeah, P90 is definitely one of my just all-time favorite guns. And then this person just says, all the twos. That's where all the twos went. This guy took them. Their machine gun, just. But yeah, congrats to them.
Hello, Agent. Pleasure to see you.
Yeah, so we did that. Yeah. Back to character one. And yeah, let's buy that Eagle Bearer skin. And you know what? We'll actually run the Eagle Bearer. Oh, I can run it on the Umbra Tech Tank actually. Not there. Neither these are. The first stretch goal is another. Yeah, I just glitch.
Safe area.
I mean, yeah. Well, I got them by doing the things.
Low prices, big selection. That's what I've got.
But yeah, they seem to nowadays be just kind of okay giving out those items, which I'm kind of also fine with. If there is a part of me that is kind of like, if nothing else, what that does do is make it so I don't need flatline right now. Although how's this set up? Okay, so this is going way over 60 then, likely. Or was that 55? Oh no, that one's already 60. I want to fix that up. Do I have a group of mask? Just for laziness, actually. What happens if I do this? 58. So yeah, we're pretty far over. Just for laziness, I'm gonna just grab. You know what? I'm gonna grab a unit alloys mask. On Umbra? No, I'm not. Oh, that doesn't matter. Just grab something. No. Because I don't want to change anything on the build itself. So we'll just take a group of mask instead. Just because mod-wise it works out that way. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do real quick. Let's just burn down some of these resources because I keep forgetting. But that helps against some of those seller sites and stuff. So nothing else. That's a good thing.
Feels so good to sit down. My back is killing me.
Actually, let's do recrafting here. Just right click and X. Just burn some of that down. Just burn a little bit of this down. Now for faster crafting, yeah, you can just do right click and X there, but also once you're in that menu, at least that's really only for these things where you can kind of, where you're crafting resources with it. You can just, yeah, once here, right click X, which is a craft again. But that makes it quite quick. Yeah, let's go to the store. And let's go waste some of you guys' money mostly. But yeah, thanks everybody that supports the channel financially, as yeah, it helps it easier to make dumb decisions like this. Do as I say, not as I do, but I do. So let's get him. I do actually like the skin as well. Or that one. Yeah, actually, I kind of like that. But also, yeah, let's get this onto here. So it actually, wait, let's have a decent look at the eagle just before, because I do definitely love the look of the eagle bearer, especially the feathers hanging out off the end. And yeah, the kind of floating barrel with the hand guard there. Never realized actually. Does it? Nah, that doesn't work right. Doesn't you can't see remaining rounds through that, right? That's just rigid, I'm guessing. Because in some guns you can, for instance, in ACS, you can see how many shots you fired, and the magazine actually kind of indicates that. Wait. Why did you have to wait? Or wait? So, I mean, you might as well. If nothing else, you can get some exotic components in it. So, yeah, I mean, depending on how much time you spend farming them up and stuff, yeah, I'll go like that. Yeah, let's actually look at it. So these things kind of come out from the video, kind of. I wonder what EGL is supposed to be. Also, this one should have a scope then, right? That would be funny if you put a skin on it or something, suddenly you get a working scope. that would be kind of fucked up. Because Eagle doesn't have a scope. Never did. But yeah, so is that just for the accuracy, or is that when tenacity triggers? No, so that's not that. So is that when tenacity triggers? Can you tenacity here? Okay, so those things come up when tenacity is up. Also looks to be just the back of it. I'm guessing the rest of it comes up as I get kills. You know, could you be a little closer? It's kind of hard to tell from here. Oh no, all of it is up actually. Oh, it's shorter and shorter as it goes forward. That's kind of hard to see, but yeah, when you trigger tenacity, it just, you know, goes porcupine. It just goes spiky. Which I'm kind of fine with. I do like that look though. I like the lines there with like kind of the square stock. But definitely the normal eager batter already looks pretty cool. This one is not significantly different from that one. But yeah, on new skin there. Let's go do actually first let's go get a Krampus, and then we'll set the world to heroic and go do the scans. I did find it. Few people really burn themselves out on the first few days of Krampus, and just like, what'd you do that for? Like, they were going into it with kind of the same mindset that they went into some of the because that is kind of a, from a psychology standpoint, a really, like, they should have either have the chances in the past a little bit higher or these chances a little bit lower. Because one of the things that kind of, from a psychology standpoint, I totally get for a lot of people is that they had grinded sometimes for the other things like way too hard, but then also they shouldn't have for those when the other things were up, the stretch goals. But then basically going from, you know, guaranteed not getting it to kind of guaranteed getting it, I can totally see being discouraging for some people as well. Oh, you're doing the hunters. Yeah. Keep in mind that you can go and so you can't leave the map, because if you do that, it breaks. You can't join other people. That also breaks it. But what you can do is just go do activities stuff. Keep yourself busy. as long as you're on the same map.
Landed a hit on that agent.
Let's charge up our Umbra.
More rations for me.
Civilians in distress.
Yeah, let's make this heroic. Now let's go do some bearing and some eagling. I do actually like that look. Actually, I should have realized from the times there with the button press in the church and then the button press in the at the place and then and then the backs. Yeah, so let's hunt some men. Hunt all the men. And in general, the recommendation is, although we'll have to see if the stretch goals are done differently at the end of this season, but most seasons so far, it's been season XP based. These things give a lot of season XP, and you don't need to do them now. Even if you just want to do the manhunt, you can just do the 3 high value targets. So that's that one, and that one. That'll get you access to the manhunt when it comes out. But honestly, these other ones, the recommendation is just to save them for when the stretch goal comes out. But I just want to get them there. I just want to keep up with the the story as little as there is. But I like doing them when they come out. So. And I'm not too fussed about like needing too much out of the stretch goals. I don't. But if you're going for min-maxing, yeah, there is something to be said for that. No, routing mask, it's good, definitely. I don't remember them ever by their mask names. It's more like the clock tower one and the shooting the buildings windows one. Although actually that's 2 of them. Although one's New York, one's DC, so we can differentiate them that way. It's oh, definitely, yeah. But I don't mind that either. I feel like I usually like simpler designs, honestly. Like if there's too much shit on it, yeah. That's actually kind of one of the things I like about it. That it isn't, but also I like the other skin definitely as well. That's kind of things to do. I mean, you don't have to do them per se, but yeah, eventually we'll want to clean them up. But here actually I'm farming them on hard, just for, again, if one of the target comes around. Also as well, likely what will happen is I don't think on these guys they're going to disable the loot pool, because yeah, on the mini warhounds from the houndsman, they disable the loot pool on the hound or the mini warhounds. I wouldn't expect the same to happen to those guys. Maybe they do. But then we could even use them in the future for some like farming a zone. But the thing is, nowadays we have retaliation and we have countdown. Like there's no per se need. But I'm definitely gonna hang on to a few just for if nothing else, just hey, in a year's time or something, we go and in the things and stuff go like, hey, look at these old things that maybe they didn't redo. Although I would expect Krampus to be a yearly thing now. I would expect Houndsman to be a yearly thing now. Unless they make a new thing every year. Manhunt. Hunt men. Where do we hunt men? Requested a shooting demonstration to help with the training efforts. So do a target practice? Is that what that is? I'm guessing that's what that is. Oh, and I just reset my world, of course. Please, no. Oh. Target practice is kind of a dick move, but they're not. They sometimes even, like here, spawn on a fully red world. The thing with target practices and hostage rescues as well, they don't spawn in like right when you reset the world. So, usually at least. So you usually have to wait around for a little bit for them to even spawn in. Hey, what you holding? And it's also one of the easiest target practices. Mm. Yeah. Guess, with this winter event, I mean, there'll still be
Hostile control point
more
nearby.
components to get. There's always a grind remaining. I always love also jumping out here, and these guys just, we're just jumping out. These guys are just, trying to do some firing range stuff. Some dumbass jumps out of a window behind the targets they're shooting. It's just, yeah. Although, well, maybe you should have boarded up that window.
You've had tons of training.
Let me get you fully
showing us
before we
nukes how
do
it's done?
this. There's also, yeah, for instance, Ravenous wasn't in here. Bighorn wasn't in here. There's still stuff for people to do. But if nothing else as well, just exotic caches and exotic components. And of course, just the apparel. So for instance, in my case, on second account, that having those things not done makes it so much easier to get my apparel. Oh. Get it, yeah. It's not festive because it's not festive. They're doing the Krampus thing instead, which is kind of weird because this used to be like his event, right? Like this used to be his event. But yeah, he's not in special state. He's not in seasonal state because they're doing the Krampus thing instead. Hopefully for Valentine they just make it the normal hoarder, or well, not the normal hoarder, but the hoarder being the place where you get the special items, because he's actually much more useful if you're grinding for harvest and hand baskets and stuff like that. Indeed. A little bit for LMG, damage to health or damage to armor. Of the two, neither. or well, is not the best for LMGs. Generally, crit chance is the go-to for most builds. Crit chance, especially of the build, is kind of set up for crit chance. There's a reason most of these are crit chance. They will work out to be the most, even for instance for Pestilence, crit chance, if it's on a crit chance style build. For specifically tipping skills, crit chance is kind of diminished through crit damage, especially for there. And there actually rate of fire is generally the top pick. And then nowadays, because of Equalizer, rate of fire is kind of equal to DTH and DTA. That's also why I have a secondary with DTH, just so when, I can kind of, most of the time I'll use a rate of fire. If I'm fighting a lot of Warhounds or Heavies or something, I'll pull out the DTH one. But crit chance is generally the top pick for LMGs. For most builds. And then tipping skills is then an outlier. So it kind of depends where you're using it. But damage to health and damage to armor are kind of, behind those picks in most places. Actually, I can get those caches at level 30. Yeah, let me catch up fully. No, they're doing the open world hunters, which I'm guessing they already answered. Yeah. Well, actually, the weapon of choice would be Scorpio, and also don't forget that you can just do it on normal. You can just set your world to normal and have a much easier time with those fights. You don't have to do them on heroic. And actually, Scorpio is just a red build with a Scorpio can just tear through, well, especially normal hunters, and you can stun lock one of them at a time pretty easily. on challenge. Even below that, yeah. Just go normal. Yes, no. There's a loot going right. Well, I mean, he's only in that festive state, like yeah, just. But even actually for when he's in the special state. So, for instance, when it was like for the summer event and stuff, he was in that state. Yeah, he didn't even have the hat, which is kind of weird because now we haven't seen him with the hat for a while. Neither where he is. And yeah. Well, a little early, or is that just catching up for this year? Although I think we did still meet in this year as well before. Oh, good then. Actually, no. Although the time on this is kind of cumulative, which is kind of annoying. But also, I think this place only has like 6 targets. This is one of the easiest target practices. Because some of the other ones go up to like 10 or something. Here, I don't think it goes above 6, even for the last stages here.
Yeah.
That is really impressive.
And this is gonna actually be good for, you know, we don't do target practices much, but
Never seen someone make every
honestly,
shots.
it's not the worst choice for practicing target shooting. Was it not that? Oh no, it was okay. Liberty's Call Safe House needs replenishing their supplies after some residents joined the True Sons. Does this just donate to... Which one was Liberty's Call? I never remembered names of these. No, it's the last one we checked. It's just resupply a control point nearby? Or is it don't... Because it's not going to be like sell 75 items, right? That seems a little much. I guess that could also be it. Just sell items there. Let's figure that. Well, I know I can look it up by the way. don't spoil it if you're at there ahead of time. Yep. A preemptive one. Preemptive. But yeah. Good to catch again the worries. Somebody. Oh yeah, so do I. Although yeah, they're not that useful. Although well, they can still be useful for the caches, because it does give you cache. It doesn't give any loot anymore. It does give you one of those caches at the end, which can contain quick step, but they're also in the winter caches for now. But once that event is done again, they have a little bit of use. And here, using the Eagle Bearer together on a tech tank, it's kind of not the greatest place for it, because I already have survivability through other means. I might try to have some damage on the gun. I forgot actually that accuracy increase on it. How effective that was. I was gonna catch it. Oh, is it actually? Because yeah, that they've used that wording as well in the past. Also, yeah, let's actually activate this. I added inactive for the build video. Wait, is it? Wait, 75 though? That's a lot. Let's actually try that first. Indeed, I can just buy some items to sell there.
Combat simulation program active.
But I mean, not very bad. Hogs and stuff. For instance, the bighorn I would consider a worse handling weapon than the eagle. The eagle definitely is not. Yeah, it's not an Elmo. I'll just take 4 items for now. It's not an Elmo, definitely, but for somebody used to FAMAS, this doesn't feel too horrendous. But even like the more up, because nowadays the bighorn as well has much better handling statistics than it used to, just through mods and stuff. Even that is.
Why do they be guarding and
But
fighting?
this was always, you could just clean it. What was that? Was that this? No. Okay. So I guess it's just maybe resupply a nearby control point. Let's go capture one. Have anything out? We'll try a control point, then if it's not that, we'll go look at it.
How long have I been out here?
Oh yeah, it's Eagle is actually, so for instance, Eagle is damage wise kind of on par with Elmo, and then yeah, it has the survivability mechanic that it has. And yeah, I generally pick a high end with a damage challenge. That's my go-to most of the time. But there's nothing wrong with the Eagle in its damage potential. Like, it's more than enough for heroic and stuff. Kind of like the Elmo as well. But the Elmo has also much easier handling, so that makes it. Because with this, you actually, yeah, if you just get the headshot kills and kind of face tank, but here's what, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to shield tank because I want to tech tank. I don't want to per se be running a full red here.
Critical.
That turret doesn't seem right again. Is it maybe sometimes it breaks? Maybe still?
Get away from me!
Is it that elite turret doesn't seem right? And one of the things as well, tenacity, as often as it can kind of be used to, you know, survive. Once in a while also it can get you killed when you take a little bit too much and don't get enough kills. Take a little bit too much damage. Especially for instance when heavy spawns. Gives you a weapon. Yeah, it's the downside of Umbra here.
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles.
I've completely lost my... lost my charge. Let's charge it up.
No!
Oh. Merciless. Yeah. I mean, it's an AK rifle. Kind of expected, indeed.
Sweet Jesus.
Civilians in danger.
Is it the same front grip, actually? Oh no, it's also a different front grip, actually. They kind of like the lines on it. Gonna should. Well, elite ones, but also not all of them, because actually I was checking it with some other stuff and it seemed fine, but that one didn't seem fine. But also maybe it was still fine. Because also they still hit hard. But oh yeah, those things always hit hard, but yeah. That seemed still a bit much for how much it was doing to my shield there. Because if nothing else, it used to be all of them. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore. It's not all of them anymore.
Civilians in distress.
And he did rare.
It's going down.
Hey, glad you like him.
Unloading the target.
I like messing around with him, so.
Get away.
I'm gonna poke up.
Okay, I'll sweep.
Not be shot by everything. Push up our Umbra.
I'm a target.
What now?
Heavily armored hostile detected.
That's always the downside of Umbra. You kind of have to just spend some time just being in cover in between.
Civilians in danger.
Actually, with these fire teams, actually Eagle Bear will work out quite well there, even if you don't get your arm.
Hostiles are retaliating in West Potomac Park.
Oh boy.
Supply room access. Locked.
Wait, actually, some residents joined the True Sons.
Take this.
Right?
I'm ready for you.
This is that part, actually. Didn't
Detecting
even
additional
really consider
hostile
that part.
contacts.
We'll see if the donating here works, otherwise I'm just gonna look at it. Oh, let's move. No, bezels. Oh yeah, I'm bored at like yeah, with a lot of things was here as well. The like
Civilians in
the
distress.
rigging and stuff dictates a lot. And there's also yeah a bunch of weapons that just are very weirdly set up in how they're held and stuff. TKB, that's a prime example. Oh, that definitely is also yeah a weapon that wasn't added in the base game. But I feel they still did better than most, at least now as well when they kind of have fixed up their one in the chamber again and stuff, because that was also broken for a while, but at least they do stuff in like that.
Let's get this area secure.
Go far back, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how the rigging is set up. I remember people also kind of always disliking that in Div 1. The thing is, though, that the rigging is kind of set up for, you know, because we have also SMGs and stuff that kind of don't have it, the option to have that way
Hostiles
more
guarding
forward.
location nearby.
So they're kind of set up to use the same rigging for both this and then, yeah, things like the UMP and stuff like that. Oh, and thank you so much, Zelka, for subscribing there. As always, much appreciated. And it helps out making silly decisions like buying all the skins. Making those things very possible. But yeah, happy to have you along. And yeah, thanks once again for subscribing. C clamping their ears? Not sure. I know what that is. Oh, yeah, let's indeed. We brought Hope back.
Your help.
Is it this? Didn't go up there. Oh, it is this. Okay.
We really need
Really?
this.
Wait, why is it then 75? Like, if they made it 150, I would have, like, instantly gone, like, oh, it must be this. Because that's usually 150. It was the 75 that kind of threw me off of, like, hey, is it? From spreading their propaganda. Well, that, of course, means we need to go do public execution. And then some territory controls.
Civilians in danger.
I wonder what that would mean. Let's go indeed. These true sons and their propaganda. Let's go make it anti-ganda.
They're coming for you. It could be today, it could be tomorrow.
Actually, well, it will be propaganda, so it's anti-poganda. What's a poganda?
Do you think the division are really serving?
Like,
Don't fall for their
it's
lies.
actually from propa,
You're
isn't
smarter
it?
than that. The true sons are fighting to save this country, to serve the common man. We
Is the actual
are the
thing.
real Americans.
Her arms.
We know you're listening. It's time to pledge your allegiance to the true sons. Join us today, and we will welcome
The command answer, that's the general speculation around it. It's just like likely they broke something there because they were messing with Trucent's turret for our turret. The skin 4, this is the Eagle Bearer skin. So this is the new Eagle Bearer skin they added in today. And I kind of like it. I got other people not liking it. Actually, so I also love the just normal skin. But definitely, for instance, the forward part on this, a bit much. Not per se my thing. But I, for instance, do like this, the just kind of trinket on it, and like the like kind of custom pistol grip. But I also always have a fondness. It's also in a lot of games, like P90 is one of my favorite guns, design wise. And yeah, a thumb holster. I kind of actually always like that look of it. Kind of like the front grip as well here. And now when we get a kill, actually those front parts kind of porcupine up. So we get a headshot kill. They actually, and go into tenacity, they kind of like stand up. It's kind of minimal, but at least it's a thing we trigger often. Because I did see the somewhere in the future, although it might be a while, because for instance the Eagle Bear, or no, not the Eagle Bear, the Elmo skin was in the game for, or like in the game files for forever, before they released it. That blue one. There's a Tempest one, for instance, and yeah, that likely is also tied to the talents being active. We're never gonna see it active, basically. We're never gonna see that skin in its full effect. Here, at least, this is for tenacity, and we trigger tenacity. Like, that's the point of running the Eagle Bearer. At least we see the skin do its thing, something. This is on bird like a C. Oh, just kind of, yeah. Kind of like pulling it into you. I mean, yeah, they
Access key detected.
especially here, while they kind of go for the tactical kind of thing. Yeah, they're not going to go to those kind of degrees of just
Progress halted.
having it be hyper realistic or, you know, Tarkov levels of shit.
Progress resumed.
But as far as, you know, it not being hamburgers, you know, it's, or well, it's basically hamburgers, but it's like at least tasty hamburgers. It's not just cheap slop.
You see that shot?
Because I don't think they'll ever really lay into trying to
Manual override required.
go to very high levels of realism.
I don't know how I feel anymore. It doesn't matter how you feel. What matters is holding on to your principles. Yeah, well, maybe that's the problem. How is this better than before? The castle had problems, but at least it felt right. You're losing sight of things. This whole full bar situation isn't
Garcia.
gonna fix itself today or tomorrow. It's a long game. Maybe I don't want to play their game anymore. Keep quiet. You're gonna get us both killed with that talk. Good. And maybe I wouldn't have to stick around in this hellhole. Look, what if I told you there's another option? A way out. I'm listening. What do you know about Rising Echo?
What do we know about Rising Echo? That hasn't been brought up before, right? So likely they'll expand on that during this season. Rising Echo. Why Echo? You know what I want now from the Rising Echo? Echo the Dolphin from like the Sega Master System Genesis. Rising Echo just it's the box art of it. Oh yeah. Propaganda. Indeed. Somebody has a P91 here. Actually, I should maybe my quantity. Is that waking up reward? Which waking up? It was much stronger. I mean, yeah, they were the go-tos back then. It was like well, especially like back when Eagle had like its 30%. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was a 30% amp, right? Even just was a 30% separate multiplier on when you went into tenacity or in the headshot kill mode. Like, yeah, that was kind of way overkill. But I even got kind of nerfed in like even in the first year. Oh yeah, let's take this back to base for a second. Get cleaned up.
Agent, you haven't seen since before the green poison.
And we had a few exotic components added that, and yeah, rising echoes. Yeah, for now we'll this thing goes back into the stash. Not per se where it belongs, but yeah, I don't end up using that thing much. Just as well, actually, let's turn off the. Oh no, let's put this back to hard for later on farming some. Later on, we'll farm up some more Krampuses on hard. Let's actually go to character 2 and kind of go quickly through their builds and give it one final checkup. As actually as well to this evening, the plan is kind of, let's say kind of feel, because also it depends on when we can kind of start this evening. Might be a little late starting up, booting up. But yeah, if I kind of can get there on time and I'm not like tired or anything, we'll record actually character 2 already with the build collection run through. That's what I'm going to call it this time around. Just also to differentiate it from last year when, yeah, we did call them build collection updates and then your run through. So you can just from that kind of realize if it's which season 1 it is. Yeah, let's make sure that is off. Let me catch up here and then yeah, we're gonna go and spend some time over here. Waking up. Gray icon waking. Oh, was that the com name? Maybe. I'm gonna guess that was the com name that kind of fits for the thing that it gave us there as well. Mutiny. Waking up. Or actually, yeah. So that was just the com popping up. That was just the com name. Is that dragon? Oh yeah. It's kind of porcupiney. Actually, what's the things that kind of like roll into a ball that are kind of armored and kind of reminds me of that a little bit. A purple gun. Oh yeah. Actually, on that character, I have a whole purple build, as for instance here as well. we have it's not just the gun; it's a whole build. There's Sacrum Imperium skin. I could see that as well, but the Sacrum Imperium just doesn't get used. At least the Eagle Bearer gets some use out of it. So. Oh, armadillos. Yeah, that's actually they should have just thought about it for like 4 seconds and kind of has it's kind of porcupine armadillo kind of feel. I feel just the kind of over. Wow, it's just shingles, but. And Charge Branch plus we go for small cone angle. Yeah, there's a bunch of those kind of things that aren't per se instantly obvious. Another famous one is especially with fire cams. You can double tap to ignite. You just shoot the fire cam out, and then when it's on the ground and just dispersed, you can double tap the button that it's on, and it'll ignite that. With that, as a lot of people still shoot them. Sometimes, especially as well with stickies, you can double tap to just fire them exactly like where your reticule is at the time. So, yeah. Let's go over here. So yeah, we're in character 2. I just briefly want to have a peek through all of these. We just give them basically an one final checkup. Because especially on character 1, I had still a few builds, but that was on purpose. That was, well, not on purpose, but that was intended, where I hadn't updated them per se. Let's actually put them in order. Which is kind of annoying because it puts them in reverse order when I open them like that, but that's fine. We can fix that. Oh, that's 13, 12. This goes over here. This goes over there. This goes over here. That goes over there. This goes over here. That goes over here. Wait, that's 8. Where's 9? That's 16. Oh, 9 is over there. Oh no, this is 1. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Oh, that's a 9. I can't read apparently. In my defense, it's just under the light, so it's kind of hard to read up the tabs up there. So 4. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yes. Okay. Yeah, let's have a peek at each of these, give it kind of a final checkup, and then we'll sign off on them and turn it into a video this evening. Uh, 652, everything, nothing, all the people have 658. Last season I was on a 4 shirt, just can see where I'm missing and or how to get them. Yeah, the cap now is 658. Do you have all of the like, I mean, you would, because that would be a different number. That would be like 12. So because yeah, if you have Bellstone or Hunter's Fury or something missing, but yeah, those are from the same season, so you wouldn't. But yeah, the current cap is 658. If season stuff maybe, because that could be 6s. So the what's that? You seem to be missing 6 effectively. In here you have the blueprints for the gear. So not the salvo or the equalizer, but just the normal gear. And then you have the gear set is under these. And for those you have to claim 3, 4, and 5. That's what they're under. So when you claim those journeys, these will complete and these will give this. I'm guessing maybe those. Seeing as you're missing 6, which is kind of, because yeah, that couldn't be Bellstone and Hunter's Fury because that's 12, and those were the same season. And also, yeah, if in the past you were at the cap, then you should be able to get back to the cap as well. So I'm guessing it's either one of those. If you haven't claimed those. Yeah, let's start here. So yeah, this Coco, so this, we recently added this in, so there should be no discrepancies here. Make sure that everything has all the names and stuff. What else is? No, they're in the journey though. So the Coco ones are in the journey. The season track has the brand. That's how they've been doing it for the last few seasons as well. Is the season rewards when you claim like each of those pieces, they also contain the blueprints for the like normal pieces of the brand, and then the gear set is on the journey somewhere. Yeah. Also, do keep in mind though that yeah, unless you run the modifier a lot, yeah, you could save those for like stretch goals at the end of the season. If you're not in a hurry, but yeah. In my case, I've already claimed them, if nothing else, for those journey caches because I did a video on them. Right, because you also get those journey caches here, so we did with the build in them, so we did a video on that, so I claimed all of those. But yeah, also for the in-depth look into the modifier, I claimed everything that had modifiers on them. But yeah, if you claim, I mean, it says here, right? 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so 4, 5, 6 is the only ones you would need to claim for that. But also you could leave it for stretch goals later. If you, for some delayed gratification. So, edging it. Edging some blueprints. Yeah. Let's see. Aurora's on tag. This was pretty nice on this yesterday. Yeah, this is a pretty good build, especially if you're running groups and stuff. The main thing of Coco is it feels so much better in a group setting where you're getting so many more marks per kill. Plus also the group scaling just makes more enemies spawn, so that helps already. But in group settings, this thing can charge up really fast, and once it's kind of fully charged up, it's not far behind the Obliterate Striker, and then also retains for much longer. So, well, the specialization is up for whatever, whatever you want it to be. Here, I've saved it with technician because that worked out as well. Although I could make a demo at some point, I think. The thing was I have AR, LMG, and rifles on technician. And I didn't have... I could also make it gunner, actually. Like, that's the obvious thing to do with it as well. But I couldn't put it on demo, I think. Although actually, there's a VR shotgun there. But yeah, the specialization is a red build. Like, specialization is whatever you want it to be. I don't mind technician either, because nowadays as well, we don't have the TDI card custom anymore that often, because I want to run the quick step. This way, at least as well, I have an extra charge on the revive hive. But the original idea was just a little bit stronger and better turret or drone. Just a tiny bit. And Faraday and all of those things. Because every specialization has useful things, like Demolitionist, the crew puff of it, the specialization weapon is good, but also ignoring an explosion every minute. All of that is pretty good. Survivalist, even like the grenade that you get, the status bonus for allies, for your subgroup, all of that is kind of nice. But a gunner as a general pick, especially solo, is kind of, the powerful one. But there's also nothing wrong with technician, and also, for instance, having a red build with a technician like this will be the build to shoot warhounds and stuff at mini tanks. Because also, yeah, we get bonuses against those guys on technician. That's it. Yeah. But on most red builds, just specialization is whatever you want it to be at the time. And I'll swap out as well quite often as the need arises. Yeah. So yeah, this is fine. Tinker, Coyote, Centurion, Sacrifice. Anything else we want to put there? Not particularly. Yeah. So that one's good. Also, actually, yeah, we shouldn't have any builds here that we need to do weapon damages for that aren't grade 30. Right. We'll see. Coyote Striker, just as a Coyote Striker version to have in the thing, because yeah, we have Tinkerers, we have Overdags. This one's just presented as Coyote, just to have a build picture with Coyote there. And also, Coyote is still one of the easier masks to get. Also, did you get one with the journey caches this season? I don't remember. What do we get with this season with the journey caches? I'm not getting a mask. Actually, yeah, we did get a Coyote with so yeah, you could even, for instance, for that'll be easier for newer players. For the rest of it, yeah, everything's 30, everything has its names. And we're presenting as well with Overdax, Tinkerer, second piece unit as option, sacrifice as option, other weapons as option. Oh yeah, we kept this at 25. Although actually, I don't have a grade 30, do I? Or do I? Because if we do, we'll give this an upgrade, an update. 1 second as well. Yeah, this one's 25 still. It would take 41 to go to 30. I could do that. I have 52. But also, do I want to? Not particularly. For the rest of this is fine. Actually, I should have realized from the SAC level that it's a newer picture anyway. Specialization. Where's the last one? Mix and matched. I don't think that would have ever worked. I don't think. From the first moment that I saw it, I was like, why waste time here? Like, there's one quality of life thing to get with specialization, which is just those weapons thing. They should make it just so that, yeah, you put 45 points in there and you just get all of the weapons, so you never have to, like, care about... Because that sometimes happens. I have sometimes builds that I go like, oh, I have to move this off of this character because I want this specific specialization, but they can't, for instance, like, take pistols or something on there because they already need like ARs. They're already using that specialization for like ARs, LMGs, and maybe like marksman or something. That's the only quality of life, but the specializations are like the most balanced thing in this game, I feel. And honestly, I think I would have dreaded whatever, well, what they kind of laid out. I dreaded that because if you can mix a match, that's so much power creep. If we can have gunners, rate of fire plus firewall's shield, that's already like a humongous like power creep just there. Which now with the modifiers is less of an issue because they've power creeped it all to hell anyway. But at least, well, this season is kind of fine. But previous seasons have been, or last season especially, has been pretty bad. So, yeah, actually, for instance, you're kind of catching it. The thing is that also right now, the specialization, each specialization, even though like a lot of people, yeah, just go gunner, each specialization has like really powerful things. And actually each specialization, like I use every specialization, and certain places they make like super sense, and other places like even on a red build, just, yeah, for instance, not just going gunner, but going demo. Hey, those airbursts that suck when you're running gunner, once per minute, you don't have to care. You just take it to the face. You don't take damage. You don't take stagger. You don't get knocked out of cover. Stuff like that. And also you get 5 dedoc to your team instead of taking 5 rate of fire on yourself. On kill. And it's always active 5 dedoc for the team. So stuff like that is actually, yeah. I also am kind of guilty of it because, for instance, although, well, the tipping skills one, yeah, that was gunner because that needed to be for the magazine. But I sometimes as well don't kind of go into too much like, hey. Although, well, generally I try to, if we're running a red build, I'll run it with different specialization. If, for instance, yeah, once we do Coco, I'll likely run each one of each specialization as well alongside of it. Yeah, we keep this 25. That's fine. The rest of this looks fine. Yeah. Feel now though with the equalizer existing, we might be better off even with a rifle with equalizer. Just because spotter, stayed at 15. When effectively obliterate went back to 24 now. Although honestly, I should maybe change the build picture. We'll do that if we take this to 30, but we'll likely do that in the future. I really like this with sacrifice gift. Much more so than the way it's set up here. But also I kind of like the weapon handling. I might give up the coyote actually. Sacrifice gift, and then we take the third piece. We take the third piece via over there. At least as an optional, we could set it up where, yeah, we can either take that or a coyote. Because actually, if it was a Zvia mask with a crit chance, I'll be 58. Yeah, but this build isn't worth investing some time in. We have other builds to kind of update still. Because actually, I still need to update that 416 or 415 or whatever it is. It's 415. Yeah, this thing perfectly fine as is. One thing I was thinking is actually presenting these also separately. Because now we're presenting one with demo, one with survivalist, and then like one is kind of linked to, hey, this one's for raid, especially survivalist for the incoming repair. Demo one is kind of especially for demo or tech for incursion. But we could also make it setup and then one with Hermano instead. Just to separate them out a little bit. But yeah, one of the next build showcase, because we're definitely doing Coco towards the end of the season, but the next build showcase is either going to be full healers or combat medics. I think I'm going to go full healers because yeah, we need to cover that at some point. The thing is though that the gameplay of like full healers is kind of just boring, but then that's fine then. It is what it is. So it doesn't make for exciting, build showcase, but it's fine. But yeah, maybe when we do that, we decide on that. Because we should just have one of the build pictures be Hermano, the other being setup, both of them saved with survivalist. And then we can always put like, or incur, we can put demolitionist and technician on the side. But for the rest of it, this is fine, right? We even give it, 30 stuff there, yeah. Hazard protected eclipse. I'm kind of considering for the build picture of it, because this is kind of one of those things that, like, for my builds, it works out this way. I want this to be a skill haste status effect here. But what makes a lot more sense is actually to go hazard protection status effect here. And then take the skill haste as one of the mods, because then you have 90% general hazard protection and 100% disrupt with just one mod. But the way that I have it set up is this courier also gets used in this build. So because of that, it's kind of being shared. But I should maybe just make a courier hazard protected status effect, just save the build picture with that. Or even just save it on the character. The characters are much lighter nowadays. So I could just have that be the piece there. Because also, yeah, if we have a 90% all-round hazard, that's a little bit of an upgrade here. Because I wouldn't even lose the skill haste, because that skill haste just goes onto the mod. We would just be effectively trading, just instead of it being a disrupt to a hazard protection, which is, of course, much better. But yeah, we're not going to do that for this time around. For the rest of it, yeah, so I didn't update all of these. Do I want to? Not particularly. Well, actually, a lot of these will still be... A lot of these will still be 12, actually. So that's fine. We'll stay with the 12s. Yeah, Refighter. We did put great 30 capacitor damage numbers there, which isn't per se a core thing of it, but just to have them there. Yeah, we updated those to 30, so everything's looking good there. Yeah. Full on turret drone, not a turret drone. I don't remember the last time I've used this build. I think like maybe not the entirety of 2025. But there's still something to be said for this. Is an easy build to put together, and honestly can be more effective more quickly than a striker even on heroic. But just but the thing is though, it is a build. It is a style of build, and it needs to be kind of be in the collection in some capacity. It's fine. One thing I was thinking of changing at least is to find all the pieces needed to make it where the crit chance is the recalibrated piece. With the exception of maybe like one of these pieces where it's a weapon damage. Just so we can have the skill haste skill damage version. Because the skill haste skill damage version is, you know, at least has some universality to it. You can use it just to play around with skills, even if you like put a mortar on it and stuff. It's not the greatest mortar build, but it'll still, you know, you can try it out and kind of get a feel for it, or run it with like damaging skills and stuff. Because the crit chance, crit damage version as we have here, that's just short and drone, because everything else would have way too long cooldowns. So encouraging. No, exactly. That's also what it would be, and that's also why I kind of always left it off at, like, if I'm doing it, I need to at the very least do an incursion with it. I likely won't do a raid, because that would be just way too much setup. Or maybe I'll get some raid footage of me healing. Maybe I'll ask, like, hey, Toasty, can I tag along and heal once? Just get some footage and then, like, narrate it later. But yeah, likely we'll do an incursion with it. The thing is as well for me, like, yeah, if I'm in heroic open world or something, yeah, it's gonna be a combat medic. But that's gonna work out so much better for the team than a full healer. And the reason I want to do it as full healer as well now is just like, because also if it was just FI, that wouldn't be enough. Or like, you know, at least, yeah. So I want to do it as full healers, and that's going to be then also measured assembly. So it's going to be FI and measured assembly in one combined one. And then also, yeah, we'll do an incursion basically with an FI, and then an incursion with like measured assembly as like gameplay, and then maybe some open world stuff. But yeah, this thing, yeah, it is at least upgraded to 30s, so yeah, it's fine. Oh, this one's also upgraded to 30s. That's good. Yeah, we're a little bit more thorough the deeper in we went. We started at the end and worked our way back. So as we go further, it'll be less and less things that we even have to look at, because we kind of got sloppy at the end because I just wanted to get done. But apparently it's mostly mostly character one, so that's nice. Because yeah, we had like hot shot there and like 2 turret drone hybrids where we really did need to update some stuff. Yeah, so this for the rest of it is fine. I'm just gonna kind of center these a little bit more, which is gonna suck for the people that sort by modified, last modified. I always feel bad when I just do like tiny things like this just to make it look a little bit better. But yeah, that also will mean that it'll hop up on the recently modified list. Just fine. I was gonna feel a little bit bad for that crowd when I do like tiny stuff like that. But yeah, also I can't leave that. Like if I see the capacitor like over here, I can't leave that. I have to straighten it up. Yeah. You can always call for backup, but also depending on what your system you're on. You might be able to get some people to like LFG help you out, because some people are also interested in doing the hunters quite often. So if you really want to, or if you really want some help, I could like hop in. Was that in the New York one or the DC one? Because the New York one has a lot of setup before it. The DC one is a little easier. And this is the recent Umbra edition, Umbra Combat Medic. Should run this a little bit more as well. But we'll definitely get some time on it. That's not going to be a hard thing. Yeah, everything looks correct. Yeah. Because I'm mostly as well, I'm kind of checking of like, hey, does like the mods make sense? Does everything have that is a name that like have the name thing above it and stuff? Also, actually, for this, do we have any? Okay, we have safeguard in the corner, which yeah makes sense. Yeah, Red Patriot. Don't make this. This is just a silly build. We'll run it for New Year's, just for then, just make some explosions happen. Just to make fireworks happen. But yeah, it's not a worthwhile build. Neither is aces. I don't also mind it too much. This one fight 400 at once, yeah. That one also has a long setup one, or like has a long setup on it. But yeah, that one indeed, yeah, you fight 4 at once. Well, actually, if you want some assistance, I could help out if once you're set up for it. But that likely, if you're, I don't know if you're starting it right now or if you're at the end. And definitely as well, set your world to normal, or that one especially. Fighting those guys on heroic, that's that one can hurt. Don't you remember? Do the open world hunters have their skills? They do, right? I think. Because there's some hunters don't. So, for instance, the countdown hunters, there's a reason they don't have skills because yeah, they would murder us all if they had skills. So that's why it's so dangerous to get them to hack your skills. But the open world ones, I'm pretty sure, do have skills, right? So.
Safe area detected.
No, for that 4-1, you would want to drop it down to normal. Just to make them easier to kill. Because also, yeah, if you fail on that fight, you have to redo the whole setup for it. Oh, actually, on that one, you don't need to do the whole setup because there's the point where you shoot the Christmas, like, tops. You don't need to redo that part, but you still need to redo all of the apartment window shooting, which... and you have to wait for that one as well. That has timings to it. Ship. Says free roam. I mean, that system I have it mostly turned to like not show up. Thing is, you can't tell too much from that pop up because even if it's like somebody setting up for mission or something, before they enter the mission, they'll show up as free roam. But yeah, it's all like from that. It's not per se hard to tell what they're even intending on doing. I feel for that system, what they should add to that system, which would be nice, although people would also abuse it and it'll just be like, you know, heinous shit. Actually thinking about it, yeah, it wouldn't work because people would just put batshit insane stuff there. But it would be nice if you could like append a note to the thing. Append a note to the call for backup of like, hey, doing this mission, or hey, I'm doing hunters, or you know, doing Krampus, or stuff like that. But also, yeah, people would just then put their like kill all puppies, and stuff like that, because they would, of course. Humans suck. That's why all puppies should kill all humans. Rise up, puppies. Yeah. Let's keep looking through this. Yeah, this one's up to 30. Yeah, they have overdogs in the corner. Even though I really shouldn't with a headhunter build. But fuck it. Fix your shit, devs. Yeah, the rest of it is fine. And yeah, the headhunter church drone hybrid. Or a headhunter tech tank hybrid. Words. What do they mean? No, this all looks fine. And we did make it grade 30 numbers. Yeah. Negotiator, tech tank. Yeah, we gave this grade 30 numbers as well. Everything else looks fine. Memento. All the stats look fine. Does that check out with 1 crit chance to crit damage? Yeah. Is that like exactly 6? Oh yeah, that's exactly 60, isn't it? The Umbra has the same. The 15 crit chance from the gear set. Yeah, so that lands us exactly 60. Which is nice. Okay, so yeah, that's all good. The OD tech tank. Still want to get an AUG for this separately. I have one in my stash, of course, but I want to take that one out for this. But weirdly enough, I wouldn't mind having an AUG. Just for the damage per mag of it. Because they were presenting it there with the Lexington, but I wouldn't mind a little bit more damage per mag. Oh, the rest of it is fine though. Even though those are a little bit off the page. Yep. And yeah, this one. Let's just stagger this, which is usually how I have them measured ones. Just for uniformity. Yeah. Everything else looks fine here. Yeah. Good. We'll actually leave all those build pictures open. And then, yeah, this evening likely we'll record character 2. Unless it goes weird in some way. Yeah. Let's actually pop this cache. Let's actually go get a hard Krampus on this character. Oh, almost.
Nice doing business.
Almost. I almost deconstructed a piece that was part of a loadout. Although, well, in the shop, it's pretty easy to spot that there's a loadout icon on this. Deal more damage on this Fury with 1886. Yeah, for the 1896, yeah. Although it caps a little bit lower because of how Hunter's Fury works, but the first shot is a lot higher, which helps a bit. Although no, we don't have the 1886 numbers on on the Hunter's Fury wins. And the Fury will cap higher though because it has like its brokenness of double dipping into the thing. But also you don't need to be in 15 meters. That's why I like that one. On handbasket, most of the time I'm using the sharpshooter scope. I kind of like that scope. But I also totally understand people wanting no scope on it at all. Understandable, but I actually like this having scopes. I don't mind them too much. But if I'm putting a scope on it, it's going to be the sharpshooter one. So we did too bad. Yeah, although the censoring part like would also make it annoying for because you know I'm trying to kill hunters. Kill banned word. Right, like it's gonna be annoying in that way. And also, yeah, even without that, people will just abuse it for trolling stuff. It'll be just a bunch of, I don't know, 6-7s. And it'll be a bunch of, you know, what was, like some of the Dark Souls messages, maidenless or something, what was it? Great treasure ahead in front of a cliff. See what you're getting. A Krampus. On hard. Well, he just took that to the face and barely cared. I have better pieces than that. Wait, what else spawned? Those guys just spotted me. Yeah, let's go back to Shadow Week. And let's go bang out a weekly. Could use some more components.
Throwing frag.
And then, what was the weekly again? Because yeah, for the missions, if anybody's interested in joining for that. Oh wait, so where's the invasion? Oh, actually, Grand Washington is invaded again as well. Okay, it's the DUA side of things. Might be handy actually on this character, yeah, to clear out the full invasion so this goes back to not invaded. So we'll actually, because yeah, what you can do is actually do one mission and then the title. Title will count as a mission and as an invaded stronghold. Likely I'm going to do the full invasion and then a bunch of black disc bounties. There's one challenging one there as well on the daily. Oh yeah, Houndsman counts as that, but yeah, one there. No, one there or two there. Likely it's better just to grab some while we're doing some of these activities and stuff, because we need to do 5 activities anyway. We'll just grab some black disc bannies. But yeah, if anybody's interested in doing that, let me know. If you have me already, feel free to just join. Don't have me already, let me know and I can / invite you in. You know what, yeah, let's go get those black disc bounties first, because yeah, once when we do the missions, we'll clear out the other ones. You know what, let's keep running some eagle borer. Let's borrow the bearer. These images, I mean, yeah, I mean, yes. Thing would be more just implementing that and sending all that, and I don't think they would care enough to spend any real time there. But maybe in the future, maybe for a Division 3, maybe. It would be nice, yeah, if you had some way of communicating, hey, what the intent is. And then also you could see that people like accidentally have their world set to open or accidentally call for backup because they don't have anything. Yeah, not on this. Let's go Striker. Obliterate. We'll just run the Eagle Borer. That's fine. Crit chance, crit damage wise. We'll just run that. Yeah, Sergio, if you want to join, if you have your in-game name for me, and we'll get Tennyson as well. And it doesn't need to be on PC, just to be clear, because we don't have any crossplay, but with the invite in it. Nice. Alrighty. Just Control V. Oh, yeah, that's space in front of it. Wait, does it not? If you paste it, does it not see it as a slash command? Or you just type this? Oh, it's the slash is the wrong way.
Agent has joined your group.
Now I get it. Oh no, it's the right slash, right? Or is it just because it's pasted? It sees something
Another
else.
agent is now.
Anyway, run as well. So we have a full group. Let's actually get some of those bounties and do them. Because it'll clean up. They'll get us the bounties side done. Because also, yeah, if we just grab some bounties there, we'll have more than enough likely to get the activities and the bounties done. I guess it's maybe because of because I've definitely from Discord I've copied and pasted quite often. Maybe it's because of the YouTube chat. It's like in a different font or something. But yeah, let's go and clear out those guys, grab some bounties, and we'll just go and do them. And I'll count as our bounties and our activities because I might as well get that out of the way now, because once we clear the missions, then if everybody's up for it, we'll go and do the full, well, not the full invasion, we won't do title, but we'll do the 3 missions and then DUA. Because I wouldn't mind also, yeah, for this character to have this side of the map kind of cleaned up.
I'll take it out.
Serious trauma.
Take a full heal there. And then for here, well, actually, if people want, I can turn on some directives. But also, I'll be okay without. We
Detecting
just
additional
had a
hostile contacts.
5 time not too long ago. But then maybe for the missions, we take some directives. But then out here, we just have lazy mode.
Vital signs critical.
Ow.
Agent down.
So let's say, well, am I not behind the track yet? The answer was no. Noticing it's been a while since I used the Eagle Bearer. Actually, well, we kind of used it last week. Definitely don't have it in my hands, man. Yeah, the bounty went right next door, so we can just run there. That's what I was hoping for as well. So we can just jog over. Campy. It's always good to be with, you know, we're not fully coordinated here or anything, but we're still kind of players of the same mind of just seeing the eagle there. Of just, you know, letting each other get set up so we engage as a team. There's a lot of power there. Oh, spotted coming in, yeah. Well, then we have to go.
That's the target agent.
Those guys are so hard to chain when they have commander. 5's back, so I'll risk it here.
An agent needs assistance.
What was that?
Target neutralized.
Ow. What was that dog focused on me?
Vital signs
What
critical.
did I ever do to you?
Agent out of action.
Oh well. Things spawning down here.
Target spotted. You got the target. Nice. That's your target.
Everyone Lingmo targeted here. Maybe we'll see a backbone. And let's make sure we get the 2 key chests here as well. Might as well over here. Oh. Went into the wrong corner. I'm using the Eagle Bearer with its new skin. There's a skin in the shop today. That's this skin. So you can make your Eagle Bearer look like a porcupine. And this fight is always just run through and
Immediate medical
just to get
assistance
everybody in
needed.
front of us. And this thing needs to go. It kills us all. And I'm not per se the biggest fan of the Eagle Bearer. I'm mostly running it today just because of the skin, of course.
Target
We
down.
paid for it, we might as well use it.
Thank you for keeping us safe, Agent.
Yeah, there's another key chest in this corner. Might as well get that. But I also don't mind it. Eagle Bearer is kind of fine. Extra 10 rounds kind of works well enough. It has tenacity, can kind of be a powerful tool. Let me pop my bounty. Oh, that was my bounty. Somebody else has, or maybe we overlapped. But if somebody else has a bounty as well, feel free to pop it. It'll go somewhere else. We could also try to get it to come here, but it'll likely go to like the Krampus area anyway. Because yeah, we need 3 bounties. Oh, nice. Actually, that's a better spot. We can just jump over there. And either spish. What else is new in the store this week? I think it was just this. This is kind of a filler week. They did a lot of stuff, of course, recently. I think this was there was no apparel actually this week, was there? Because yeah, they're rerunning that. Cappy is still here, but yeah, this is the bundle, the Wingspan bundle. Yeti, that was still from before, and yeah, the Christmas stuff that was also here for a while already. They might, because that wouldn't be too surprising. Usually, I wonder if that's maybe the plan, because sometimes they add stuff on Thursday, but usually it's been weapon skins coming in on a Thursday. I feel like we've had that a few times. So maybe this time around they're doing the weapon skin now, and then they'll do an apparel on Thursday or Friday. One thing I do feel they should do, if they keep giving us like events like this that are bounty based, first of all, they should make the bounties pick upable so we can avoid picking them up. But also they need to just add, there needs to be a UI thing of just like cancel, like delete bounty, just remove bounty. That would be nice. Because also, yeah, at the end of this, I'll have way too many Krampuses on a lot of characters. And then I'll go clean them up. Because, yeah. Fuck it, why not? Well, that should just be hey, just delete this. Just those bounties should be, you know, like felt cute, might delete later, and then actually delete it later. Felt bountiful, might delete later. Everything's
System malfunctioning.
That's the target, Agent.
I should actually go and swap spec to
System
demo or
reactivated.
something. For the team buffs. I might do that later. Ooh, hopefully this bounty doesn't bug out. Because if the last wave, because this is the kind of the wrong way. This is the we're coming in through the exit. But there's actually, after the big room downstairs, if it puts a wave upstairs, although, well, there are ways around it. We can go around and finish that, but it's kind of annoying. We'll see if that happens now.
Target down. Good job.
Backbone, but with just blues mostly, so it's fine. Yeah. It's kind of fine. There's definitely like less useful guns. Overlord, for instance, as the poster child for that. So definitely Eagle is more usable than it's ever been, like since year 2. Like, of course, yeah, there was a time when it was the meta, but that's like a different age at this point.
System System
sorry.
restored. Hostile sniper turret detected.
That's my least favorite one of the
Got the
turrets,
target. Nice.
when the enemy has them, especially.
That's another one down. Good job, Agent.
And yeah, if anybody else has their bounty still, and can pop it. Because we only have Krampuses here. We'll also actually have in different zones if we don't. Because we might have overlapped bounty wise. Also actually, yeah, let me quickly, I'm gonna go take demo. Might as well. Also then I can take grenades to the face, that'll be easier. Yeah, this skin is today. It's 0 days old. Oh, goodness, I was doing similar things, I'm guessing. Right. What do we have? Tick. It's always annoying when it takes forever to load. That works out. One thing you can deck as well for actually, do we not have any more bounties there? Because they might have overlapped. But then I have some bounties here. I have one here. Let's go do it. Let's go do this one. See if it goes to the bounty cheese area. It does. Yeah. Let's go do that one. Yeah, indeed. For the nerfs. I mean, yeah. Although, well, the nerfs are also now long ago. They buffed it as well again, of course, a little bit. So what's okay. Let's use up this one of mine, and then we see, because this is the last bounty we need, and then we can just do an activity. But then we likely overlapped with the other one, or not have already picked up their bounty, but that's fine.
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles.
So we need 3 bounties total, 5 activities total. The bounties count as activities as well. And then we need a bunch of named black dust, but also the missions will have a bunch of named black dust as well. So let's wait for everybody to be here. It's always weird here. The cover to cover doesn't work to other places.
I got him.
Engaging hostile.
Take this.
Target has been spotted.
EMP out.
Tango down.
Let's try to look at the door. Because everyone just bounty cheese style. We're all looking at this door, which now that they've spawned here as well, that'll be a default anyway. Let's get out of the fight.
Target neutralized. Good work.
And just watch out about getting too close to the door, that'll spawn them other places. That's also fine here. We don't have 5 directives, so we'll see if that happens.
You got the target.
This last guy is pretty angry.
Agent. Target spotted.
Interesting that still spawned here. I would have expected it to have jumped.
Target neutralized. Good
It's
work.
funny how inconsistent. As far as we kind of still understand, it's how inconsistent it sometimes feels here still.
Looks like you earned yourself another bounty. Well done.
An accidental bounty cheese. But we'll just do the one. And then, yeah, let's go do one last activity of a black desk variety. This one's like super easy. Downtown East, and yeah, we're just across the classified there, so we'll just fast travel there. And then also others, if they don't have the classified, even can fast travel to me. I would love for them to actually, I feel that would be easy content to make as well, because even the classifieds actually, if you kind of set them, if you run them nowadays, just as missions, and you don't go for like the puzzles in them and stuff, they're actually decent missions, and kind of most of them mostly work as just run through missions. I feel with not too much work, they could actually just make those truly just workable missions, and then like that could be pretty cheap content effectively for, because yeah, you already have the environments and stuff. For a lot of people, they'll be new as well. Whereas, well, I don't run the classifieds enough to like remember them. Should totally run some
Access key detected.
at some point.
Serious trauma detected.
What hit me?
Agent incapacitated.
Cause I feel I got into here. Oh, grenade. Okay. It's this guy. That guy hit me. I don't know. He didn't, because my explosion protection is still up. It was just the wind. The wind blew me over. Ah.
Immediate medical
I
assistance
may have
needed.
aggroed the next place over. No sniping. I like the accuracy as it comes in on the Eagle. The downside though is you can't rely on it. You can't rely on the accuracy, which makes it kind of annoying and inconsistent for use.
Agent down.
Let me just actually do this because I'm out of ammo. Alright, we don't need to start that one per se, but yeah, let's at least finish off the territory. We can leave the public, I think. Those guys just got, or the propaganda. Those guys just got carried into the fight. Of course, there's a convoy in the way as well. No, come at it. Let's actually take that one down as well.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
One more wave.
Hostiles detected. An agent needs assistance.
Standing on the resources. That worked out. Loot happened all the way over there. Yeah, so that was basically all the activities we needed. We just
my
need
imagination
missions
running away with
and
me.
stuff. And if everybody's okay with it, let's go do... Actually, wait. Does this guy have... Oh, this guy has Juggernaut. Nice. But yeah, I don't... Although, well, my other one... You know what? I'm gonna take this guy. Actually, if you have... you're up for running OD, Tennyson, yeah, we can take it 5 directives
Smells
on...
like bullshit
on
to
stuff
me.
if everybody's okay with that. Just for an extra, a little bit of extra challenge. No, yeah, let's go get to. I'll go to Grand Washington. Start there.
Hostile control point identified.
Is everybody okay with 5 directives? Just for the challenge, actually, mostly. Because yeah, we'll have OD to give us ammo. Although, yeah, we'll have the pistol at the start of each mission just for a second, but then from there it'll be ongoing. What are the... Oh, actually, oh, so Jefferson Trade Center is invaded. Okay, so Viewpoint and American History. Because yeah, we'll do those 3 and then do DUA. Because yeah, we could go 1 mission and then title, but let's take the scenic route. Yes, indeed. That's got some. Yeah, yeah. They would need a little bit of work to make them more consistently, just as like a mission, because there are some of them have parts where it's definitely like story based, where you like have to go around and find the key and stuff. Those kind of segments need to kind of be trimmed out, and then just more fights maybe set up in there. There's a gun at my face. And you know what? Let's actually, seeing as we don't have apparel of this week, you know what? Let's hoodie it up. I always like that look, actually. Although, you know what? No, let's go Jira. Let's get that. I was always like that. And then maybe later on we'll do Kijike. Do like this one with the bandana. It's the same red as well. Yeah, if everybody's ready.
Getting that black tusk assault team out of there is your main objective. But there are a few high priority targets we want you to neutralize.
And I will just have to
Codenames
pistol
are
at the
Puck,
start here to
Roadblock,
generate some
Carver.
ammo.
System
The
malfunctioning.
OD will
System back online.
get us going from there. Although especially once you have some ammo, try to just generate the OD.
You're gonna have to do this room by room. We have zero intel on how they're set up on site.
I'm gonna, if nothing else, apply bleed here for easy start, maybe. Oh, the poison will count as well.
They're coming up on the flank.
Agent down.
I'm waiting for the OD mark to go on there. Let's make sure we get that key. The sweet 3 key. Oh yeah, we can't. Like, I want to grab ammo. So actually Pistolero can be handy as well. If this was a Frenzy LMG, for instance, there, I could have, you know, used that for Frenzy there. And then once we have some ammo and ODs going, then it's ongoing. Time. Didn't work out. Sit
Confirming
still.
that Puck is
Let's kill
down.
you.
Good work. Continue clearing the building.
Those are last needed thingy. I'll get that loot later on, actually, because we'll be coming back through.
Picking up some encrypted chatter in your vicinity. Assume they know you're coming.
That's what I... Oh yeah, invaded. I went. Well, you can always take sharpshooter or stuff, but yeah, if you feed too much on the build, you might as well go to a different build or to a different weapon. There's a point where it costs too much. But Eagle is kind of fine. Like it depends also invaded. It depends also how used to are to which weapons. Like I'm used to FAMAS and stuff. This is nothing in comparison. The only downside is the FAMAS is at least a little bit more accurate starting out as well. Like just here. Just haven't done this mission invaded in forever. I don't know really. I'm just going to the wrong loot spots. But yeah, only remember that one.
Hostile.
I should be able to go through the hole in the back a little bit. Weaken him. This doesn't have too bad of a K. But the downside is, like, yeah, the accuracy comes in later. And because of that, honestly, the FAMAS feels a little bit better
One
to
priority
me.
target remaining.
But once this gets kind of fully accurate, it does feel nice because you can kind of beam for the head. As one does. It also depends, of course, controller versus mouse and keyboard. I think feel recoil compensating is a lot easier on mouse. But also, it's not like it's undoable. Recently, I actually played for like a whole week on controller a few weeks ago. Towards the end of last season was actually. And honestly, most of the stuff is easy enough to do. Only snapshotting is a little harder on controller, but also not like impossible. And just we'll fix it like that. Just
Heads up. There's
great
movement
tool
on the
against
roof. They just
unplaced
sent multiple
opponents.
squads back down into the building.
Just lob nades. Strikers. Oh, that's answer to that, I'm guessing. Yeah. Overall, one of the topics best is going to depend on the situations. But because also generally, like, yeah, if we're speaking just DPS, because that's a different thing when we're doing damage per second. But we have, for instance, also headhunting builds that can clear faster. That's usually the top thing. But strikers as the general recommendation that can kind of do everything. I'll link here to the recommended build list that has actually what I'm, for instance, running now. Obliterate Striker with Overdogs here. Although the Eagle Bear, not recommended per se, but things are. Yeah, the toilet loot is here. There's that one cache in the back. And also mostly because that is an all-rounder that can kind of
System curtailed.
do all the things.
System.
But situationally, there are better layouts, even for striker, like chest striker, that can be used in some places where we use the chest of the gear set. But that's a little bit more, like I wouldn't use that here when we're running with just heroic missions. Like that's more raids places, and also legendary, for instance, or master places. But then, yeah, there's also headhunting builds, for instance, that can clear control points much faster. So when you're just doing, you know, you want to clear those, that'll likely be easier done with that. So. But yeah, all of those builds are in there. So. Mostly to say there's no single best, but if we have to pick one, yes, right. It's an all-rounder. And also, yeah, for solo play, that's also in the recommended. I have tech tanks, which is a style of build more than a singular build. And yeah, you have Heartbreaker tech tank, Striker tech tank. So, and this indeed gets opened by the Suite 3 key that we got way earlier when I picked up that key all the way downstairs. That opens up this. We get a few extra pieces of loot out of here.
Looks like they're taking up defensive positions around a mobile command post topside.
If they've got a command station, you should pull data from it.
Alright, let's go for the boss fight. For the boss fight, there's also key chest here to get. And yeah, we need to all be in the circle when we push the, well, not when we push the button, but to make the timer go by. Because it is it's the invaded. But also, yeah, it'll pull you if you don't make it in time. It just teleports you here. So we'll just do it like that.
Download initiated.
I'm gonna go sit up here, although that might be a little bit too far. You know what? Yeah, that is a little bit too far. I'm gonna go sit up here. Mostly is a little bit too far because of the eagle borer. I want to be a little bit closer. If I can.
25% complete.
Oh, yeah, the downside here is I'm a little bit exposed to the other side, but I'll just have to deal. I'm gonna push forward and grab some of these so I can pulse again. In case we have some stragglers.
50% complete.
just gonna take that to the face because I'm demolitionist. That's sometimes nice about demo, just running demo for that. Who cares about the airburst? I'm immune. Gonna pick up some of those. And then we can go looting and stuff. The boss spawns at 0.
75% complete.
Oh, well, I know with the last waves. So I'm already gonna do some looting. And yeah, for instance here, actually, if we had tipping skills, we could like pre-fire at the door and be at full strength when this guy comes in. I'm gonna focus down the boss first. But yeah, watch out for the waves that spawn as well. Oh, yeah. Finishing off that guy helps a little bit.
System malfunctioning. System reactivated. Serious trauma detected.
Get health gated by Eagle Bear. Didn't get enough kills, and I took a shit ton of damage off that guy who was on the...
An agent needs assistance. Agent out of action. System curtailed.
Oh yeah. Yeah, check for that. Disrupt on these
System
guys.
back online.
It's all 3 priority targets down for the count.
Now, one of the nice things sometimes with these scavenge kills things is, so for instance, I lost my hive there, but
Reinforcements entering the building on the ground
there's
floor.
likely enough here for me to get it back.
Agent, you're gonna have your
Oh
hands
no,
full.
3 short. I could go and grab those, but actually, yeah, not 1 short. My hive's back. Yeah, let's pursue. Bye. It gives me a faster loading scheme. that's a trick you can use because yeah, it loads people outside of the elevator faster than inside of the elevator for some reason. But just some silliness we can use / abuse.
System disrupted.
Open up this
System
frame.
reactivated.
One of the things that actually helped the Eagle as well is the P416 going to 850 RPM, like it did. Actually really helped the Eagle as well. Because Eagle doesn't, you used to also always feel bad on Striker with just 100 RPM less than, you know, for instance, Elmo.
All clear.
But,
Black Tusk appears
yeah.
to have abandoned the location.
Now that it's basically the same RPM. Or well, it is the same RPM. That helped that part. Yeah. Let's get the loot from way earlier. And on to the next. Let's do a viewpoint next. We'll just work our way from north to south.
Black
Get
Tusk may have
viewpoint
interest
next
in
and then
broadcasting.
and then Orange Pasha. No, not Orange Space. American history. The other mission. The other East Mall mission.
To stay.
Yeah, this character really doesn't have SMGs anymore, do they? Yeah, let's go back to ACS. Because especially in the missions, I like stacking with it. Oh yeah, let's take 5 again, right? Everybody's okay with that. Kind of makes it a little bit more interesting. Oh yeah, everybody's ready. It's giving people a second to come out of menus. And yeah, let's go. Actually, oh, with this quick step now,
Probably because of its
I can
broadcast
even more so
capabilities.
take that.
We need you
Because
to
we
get
can
them
take
out
this
of there.
Predator Blast to the face, even without demo. Although we do need to blow that up. But yeah, this Predator missile actually, yeah, does no damage because you know they don't want you to take damage there or die to it. But yeah, you can just run into it.
System disrupted. System reactivated.
It's funny as well that Black Tusk there. I was shooting there and it wasn't shooting. Check that they can spawn behind us a little bit. Because this is the one place where they do use Predator drones. Because you know, like those the missile drones. But we don't ever see them again. Well, we see them hanging in air and space. There's like a few, you know, Predator drones things there. Shows up if somebody's full up on keys. I'll leave it there.
Secure the building and recover any intel you can find.
Let's get all the loot. Might as well. Just some resources in here. There we go. As far as it's there, the accuracy there really let me hit that weak point. But yeah, only once I was most of the way through the mag. It's kind of the annoying part of it, always. This fight is actually mostly facing based as well. Just trying to get to where we made a few kills so I can grab more pulse again as well.
Got some.
That is actually one of the nice things with scavenging skills, like for red builds especially. You can actually have a much shorter cooldown than you normally would. Just because you know, you can just pick up a few and then... Downside is though that yeah, sometimes you can't give up your position and just go grab some loot over somewhere. Let's get that. I always forget how close these two key chests are to each other. Just two in a row almost. And this time there is a crate here. Only uninvaded. And hit hard.
There's a Black Tusk computer near your position. Find it and recover any intel it contains.
Oh, there's no food there. It's gonna push hard, so we can set up here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. They spawn there first. And now they spawn upstairs. Yeah. Yeah. Because I haven't been doing many invasions more recently. Let's go for a chance here. Forgetting some of the spawns.
Head towards the production studio at the top of the building. That's likely to be the focus of the Black Tusk operation. Hold it, Agent. There's another computer. Check it for intel before you head on through the building.
We lost the man.
Funny thing is actually, although well, nah, that's not fair. I was gonna say like it feels more while running the Eagle here. feels like just not running the modifier, but nah, it's still stronger than just not like that and that. 'Cause I definitely do have a preference towards a damage talent weapon. Like they can do so much more. And that explosion would have killed me if I wasn't demo there. Oh well, downed me. Luckily I was. And this fight is always somewhat annoying. There's one resource, right? There's one elite sniper dog at the end of the corridor here. That's always a bitch. So what I'm gonna do is make him my bitch. Not gonna work out as well as I wanted. Yeah, but 4-man scaling those grenades don't outright kill them. Solo they do. Solo you lob through grenades there and just over. Let's go take the high ground. Obi-Wan taught me that one. Is the last wave here the elevator too? No. Downstairs one. Yeah, there's no chevron in that, so screw that. Whee! Yeah, I still need to record that one video where I just go through all of these and just go, did you know? Just read out all of these and then all the ones in Manning too. Just
Black Tusk have been busy here. Search that computer and pocket whatever useful data you can find.
let's take the high ground. Let's let everybody get set up. Just gonna use that as an opener just to make those people move. Let's chain you. Let's go not have a minigun be active. Even though this guy really wants to. Oh yeah, for the next mission, because here I wanted to run the... I wanted to bear some eagles. Let's go to tipping skills or something, just something different.
We're showing Black Tusk activity on the roof. We can't afford to leave any hostile elements in the building.
Oh, well yeah, I need to record this. Still here, right? Yeah. So there's an interact here. And this is like one of those mysteries. Because it's also kind of hard to see through this wall. Because yeah, there's a laptop there. But why is that laptop there? Why is there an interact here? Right? Like this is one of those mystery things. Likely it's just a misplaced item or something. but I have no idea why that is the case. But I want to record it for things and stuffs at some point. So you know what? I'm making notes. Viewpoint invaded laptop. Oh, we can rush. No need to wait for me. Yeah, go through the middle. So this is one of those places where they're all pulled together. So I'm just gonna do one of these. It actually works out to do a decent amount of damage actually there. It's because everybody's kind of packed together. And also that staggers them and stuff, making it easier for my allies to just keep shooting. And it's spawn down and then up to the kind of where we came from. First we'll have a chopper here. And we'll spawn back there.
Back online.
Grabbed a few pickups to pulse again. And some shooting.
System curtailed.
Neutralize those assholes.
Boss.
System reactivated.
Roof clear. No more contacts.
Viewpoint is back under control. Excellent work.
Excellent work. There we go. And also just by having fragile off in the open world every time, even if it's broken, it gets reset. This is also. What was our time there? 13 minutes. An even spread all across. Yeah. Next up is American history. Sure, what else I have here? Nah, let's just go tipping skills. Let's go to American. Oh, no. American and then the UA. I'll end up the weekly. And also clear out the invasion for these characters.
Control point nearby.
I need to, of course, actually stick something in here. I'm going to take overdogs. I know, mostly rely on that measured one there. I do like this look. Actually, it kind of works as well with the red bandana being almost the same shade of red as the shirt. Oh yeah, of course. I can reload for the 195. Once we're all here, yeah. Let's go back to Indeed. Take 5 directives again. The most annoying part is going to be the start here because we'll have 2 heavies. Gee, just in case. But yeah, I'll be fine. We'll just have to bite through them.
Black Tusk is spread out throughout the building. Be prepared.
We have also 2 gunners, some ammo will be generated pretty quick. Already have some. Nice. That landed well.
System malfunctioning. System restored.
And there's one back here. I'm gonna grab that already. Oh, that was a mini thing. That's the... Pick some of these up. Let's get that one indeed.
That bastard. Concentrating fire.
And some of these DC missions are definitely, it's been time for them to maybe receive a little bit of an upper. And I always go down that one so we can get to this one quickly. Just to get that loot. That's a well-placed EMP. These guys are suppressed, you say? I can just run around. Whee! And I have pretty good firepower, so we're just clearing out quick. You know what? Let's take some shook rounds. And let's go deal with these warhounds. Forgot I swapped build. I was going to grenade launcher them, but that doesn't work out, of course.
System curtailed.
Let's chain a load of those.
System reactivated.
Is that food thing in here? Yeah. Might as well. And yeah, welcome to the jungle. It's all fun and games.
System malfunctioning. Serious trauma detected. System
Alright,
restored.
disrupt we're off. Luckily.
Agent
There'll be a medic later on that spawns. And for the rest of it, there won't be any spawns back here. You want to keep an eye out there for when that medic spawns, because you can also go and revive a bunch of stuff back there if you don't want to. That one. Sneaky boy. Sneaky snack. Sure. Although once the XP pops up, that means we're out of combat. Onward. I'm gonna go get the crate in the back. This might as well. It's also to show all the loot spots. Not that they matter too much nowadays. In the past, they were. Oh. No, I refuse. Wait, what? Okay, fine. I haven't used the ropes in like forever. We didn't get this. So we did have the key. I will usually just open those. I'll be usually reloading on a door, so. Take my time to get there, basically. There's also a key chest up here for a second. Yeah.
Take it steady.
System back online.
The key chest as well. Chances that it costs us. So worth getting.
Laptop detected. System
I'm still surprised in some of these things that they don't. That hasn't become a thing yet. Although some game must have done it, right? Where like instead of like there going like laptop discovered, they go like, oh yeah, you have to get this laptop. Oh, it's an
complete.
MSI, this many with this CPU and this graphic cards. just pure advertising on some of those kind of objective kind of things. What happened here? Why is there a rock here? Oop. Where? This thing was from an EMP explosion. Basically, they're already in combat with us once we
take them down, Agent.
Let's go in here. So let's just rush it. Second, we're gonna go around the corridor there. I definitely want to take the front position.
Lead out right here.
Lean into the bus. Those guys are shootable from the side a little bit there. And we have a chopper, and then we have that gate opening. Put.
Area secure. Good work.
There we go. And yeah, that leaves us with Stronghold unlocked. Unskippable cutscene. Why is this unskippable? Let me skip. And yeah, let's go do DUA. The invaded stronghold. I'll just do it as invaded stronghold. Legendary counts as invaded stronghold, doesn't it? Actually, I don't remember for this. Some of them are weird.
Stronghold.
But yeah, let's just do it
Get too
heroic.
comfortable in there.
Just to be
Ready when you are.
lazy. Before we go in here, actually, how did I do there? I kept up. And let's take all 5 again. And so we're all here. You know what, let's rub ourselves all over the shaky tree. Oh, Trampuslauf. Maybe let's deal with them. Although we're already engaging other stuff. Oh, maybe just go start the mission. Let's leave them. They're fighting other stuff anyway. Don't think they'll follow us all the way into the mission, most likely.
It's a big building, so be prepared to secure both concourses.
Yeah.
Don't let the division through. That's the enemy.
Starting ammo. That's our starting OD.
System malfunctioning. Immediate medical assistance needed.
Disrupted at the
Agent
wrong
down.
time there.
System back online.
And thanks for the revive.
Marksman.
Once you clear the exterior,
Yeah, we just got one
you'll
chopper,
throw a
right?
pass on the first concourse.
Because so used to the. Because yeah, we're going to here, and then it's 3 heavies, right? Oh no, wait. Well, actually, later on we do get several heavies, but that's later on. Are we reloaded? We have done that a little bit on purpose. Oh, ow!
Vital signs critical.
Who put that thing there? It's always the best sound when you suddenly hear a spin behind you. Anyway, we don't have a crate over there, but we have a resource.
Serious trauma detected. Agent out of action.
I want to recount on that down. It's fine. Oh yeah. So yeah, once it's open, it's active. Let's rush into the next fight. Okay with that. Let's try to keep my stacks a little bit going. Later on we'll have several heavies, which after that. No, knowing things here as well, it's kind of hard to see their outlines and stuff, so making them hard to chain. And then this guy is
Keep
so
clearing out Black
chunky.
Tusk as you find them.
Oh, this crate is here, right? No, this crate's moved upstairs, right? Yeah. So we got a wave here. Was there one in the? Yeah.
Take him out, Agent.
It's like, that one's moved over there, right? Oh yeah, we have the jammers here.
System curtailed. System reactivated.
Let's get our skills back into the fight. Oh, that pulse is gonna
Immediate
get
medical
me.
assistance needed. Agent down.
I know, those jammers. Well, actually, it's even easier with, for instance, something like Eclipse, where they can just send the fire camp into the room. That works out pretty well. Trying to jump down. Flank him. And spank him.
System malfunctioning. System restored.
All the armor
Electronic
breaks.
device detected.
Probably a computer.
All of them.
Check to see if there's anything useful on there.
Other than that, we only had 3, but
Download complete.
According to this report, Black Tusk was
I know, for
corroding
now as well,
supply
we'll
hyenas
finish
with
up this
weapons
mission
components,
and
just to keep the city at a
we'll
constant
likely
boil.
round it out
They aren't just stealing
there.
hyena supplies. They're taking back their property. Can't believe the Black Tusk was supplying the hyenas this whole time.
later in the evening. And I'm gonna, yeah, we're gonna record the second character already. Even though that video isn't gonna go up until like a few days later. At least. So not tomorrow, but the day after at the earliest. And I want it already kind of recorded and edited up. And then we can kind of work on the Coco spreadsheet quite a bit. I invaded the crate, is not there. There's one resource here though.
Better search this test.
Copy.
System curtailed. System reactivated.
Bird. Oh, yeah.
Vital signs critical. Agent
Shouldn't
down.
have kept peeking. Hoping the warhound wouldn't poke me. But it poked me. Hey, where's the last guy? Oh. Well, this guy, then those mini tanks will just despawn. Definitely want a med pack.
Move it. Watch the side.
Has already back. Because that's actually kind of one of the cool things with scavenging skills. Actually, like most of the times, it's even easier for red builds. So we'll kill you. But it definitely gets in the way, for instance, yeah, with shield and stuff.
I'm seeing activity in the mall, but I can't tell what they're up to.
Let's get this crate. I love how this one is still always one of the ones that a lot of people struggle with, but yeah, you got through the window. Neat. I still sometimes see that popping up on some discourse of like, how do I get in here? Well, that's also kind of like not obvious because it's that window is kind of not super clear. A delay that way. Yeah, definitely this evening we'll record that second build showcase thingy. I also don't hit the button until we've cleared this out, and then we'll get set up, and then we'll have one person hit the button, and we'll just spawn camp them. Because it was very spawn campable. We can all the rest of us can. Although actually, once we have everything killed, because something is still alive beyond that. Ah, okay. Yeah. So let's have most people set up here. And then Tonyson will hit the button. I think he's standing there. But yeah, the rest of us can be down here. Let's just spawn gamma. That's the easiest. Yeah, feel free to hit it.
Bypassing encryption.
If you let them get all the way out and stuff, this becomes a whole fight, but here... I think escaped, right? No. Because now we have to just wait till the bar is over, then the boss spawns. So we can just go looting and stuff. I'm gonna leave some of those. I'm gonna likely get hit in my half. I'll leave that forward position to other people. I'll take the back position here. As you know, I'll take this position up here. Because yeah, from here you can even shoot directly into there, so a little risky, but I have a hive. But once the bar is complete, that's when the boss spawns. So we just have to wait. Wish I had a cooler, actually. Don't have it anymore, right? No. Concourse. Already gonna get my tipping skills up. Firing actually way too fast.
Terminating satellite uplink.
I think we just turn it into a first-person shooter because my back is so close to the wall that the game's like, you know what? Miniguns against names, not per se the best tool, but it's the one I have in my hand, so.
Rogue. The uplink has been disconnected.
Rogue
Good
uplink
work.
has been
I'll get our tech
disconnected.
guys to try and analyze the data they were
Yeah, so
pushing,
whatever Rogue's in
but
the
it's
next
heavily
room.
encrypted. For now, just keep moving.
I'm gonna grab a foam as well, which I thought we don't have skills a lot. Could go PFE, but I think we already have kind of running something tanky. They can kind of maybe take some hits. Yeah, we have Rogue. So, next room is Rogue. But I'll just take some foam and hope for the best. Let's, yeah, they'll be spawning into this next room. Let's just kind of hold this back room here. Trying to push into them is going to be a little bit deadly with 4 of them, but we just let them come.
The division is nearly at the garage. Don't let me down.
There's also, yeah, expect a lot of skills here. We'll have 5 of
Hostile
them.
defender drone
I see
detected.
it. And
Hostile
where did that
explosive seeker
land?
mine detected. Hostile restore hive detected.
But yeah, we're better off falling back a little bit.
Artillery
So what I
turret
mean, yeah.
detected.
So let's fall back to this room because yeah, that
Hostile
fight
air
is a
zero
losing
eye
fight. We're
detected.
trying to fight him there.
Hostile incinerator turret detected.
'Cause, yeah, we're fighting now.
Hostile
All
lander
five.
single
I mean.
line detected.
That was the expected
An
thing.
agent needs assistance.
Let's get mine as well. We won't get our hives back and stuff. So.
Immediate medical assistance needed. Agent down.
Let's kill this one. Bear with me for a second. Where's my TDI? Ah,
Serious trauma detected.
I was trying to get my TDI card.
Agent out of action.
Wait, no, this is the last fight, man. Well, that's fine. We just resets us here.
Agent killed.
But yeah, well, yeah, we shouldn't push into rows like that.
An agent needs assistance.
Yeah, but that was interesting. Because yeah, that's how we lose against rogues indeed. But it puts us right back here, so that's fine. Right?
Target lost.
For a second there, it showed the outside. So that there is still a wave here now. At least I think we get that wave, the normal wave, right?
System malfunctioning. System back online.
Be sure to try to generate some special ammo. I'll get the crate in the back.
Whoever Lane is, sounds like he's waiting for you in the garage. Time to go say hello.
That ain't spaz. I'm not doing good. I hope everybody's enjoying their Tuesday so far. For me, it's mostly this week is still just there isn't too much on my plate, which is nice as I get to just play a shit ton of video games. So I'm enjoying my life. Whatever is doing says on.
Vital signs critical.
Keep forgetting actually I should be a little bit more like I'm like, oh, I have my hive. It'll be fine, but actually yeah, these guys have disrupt rounds and it won't be fine if I don't watch out. Is merged with the door.
It sounded like a hell of a fight. Now,
did
process
sound
of
like
elimination
one
says that
hell of a
K is in
fight.
the arena, which means heading through the old hyena drug lab.
Actually, what we should have done against the rogues as well, I totally forgot about. We could have just pulled out our companion and just pushed the empty tank for us. All the med packs. Watch out here that they'll spawn behind us as well, basically in a sec. Oh well, not behind me. In a sec. I'm gonna blow these things up just to stop existing.
System curtailed. System reactivated.
The remaining Black Tusk have nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Kay is cornered in the arena. Take her out.
But also here, yeah, we're rounding out. Yeah. Traditions must be maintained. As we make it nice and dark there. There's a door there, so you just have to go around it. But there we can make that room super dark, so it's fine. My brain just kind of melted together, or is this basically just the legendary boss fight, but then not the heavy at the end? But right, yeah, we get these 2 ropes. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done invaded UA. Apparently. We'll grab some of these pickups so I can pulse. That might be handy. I'll try pulsing. That's a good trick.
Agent down.
I'll try picking up pickups. That's a good trick. I'll try shooting the enemy in the face. But that's an actual good.
Watch your lines of fire.
System malfunctioning. System restored.
Come back, lady.
All hostiles neutralized. The arena's back under our control. Good work.
That one in the back too. And with that as well, we got the weekly done, which is nice. Let's get back to base. Just gonna have a quick look at if I have anything worth keeping or sharing, and then we'll round that here. It's about hardcore characters. I've made several videos in the past. Some are kind of a little bit, I don't know, none of them per se are out of date.
It's not gonna be easy.
Of course, some stuff has
Here to help you
changed,
out.
but
Godspeed and good luck.
if you search for hardcore, although there's also, yeah, there's a few. Because yeah, we also had a modifier that was called hard dash core for one of the seasons. Watch out that it's not talking about modifier or something, but I do enjoy hardcores. I have on second account, because on main account I don't have a slot for it. I have 400 normal characters. I need to kind of keep it that way. On second account I have yeah, hardcores. 1000 SHD, but of course that nowadays with the SHD 5 times is not per se something special, but I did it mostly before that. Even though I did like 200 levels or something with it 3 times, I think. And I do definitely enjoy the modes. But as well, I don't have too much issues with like crashing and stuff, so it's kind of reliant on that as well. Some people still often get like
Good to see
either
you.
crashes or disconnects or stuff like that, but for me it's decently stable. I definitely get like a crash here or there, or like some bugginess here or there. But yeah, I think worth keeping or sharing there. Anyway, with that as well, we've done the weekly. Actually, yeah, so too bad Jefferson Trade Center wasn't part of the weekly, because it totally could have been, but it could have done part of it. But yeah, indeed, GG's all around. And yeah, thanks Tennyson and Renfield and Sergio for hanging out and helping out. Those were nice and smooth missions, and
An agent is no longer in
even
your group.
quick. Yeah, this me just eating up those kills. Yeah, I'll leave you all to it.
You
And
have
thanks
left the
again
group.
for the help there. In the background, I'm gonna already start looking for somebody for us to raid as well around that afternoon here. I'll be, of course, back in the evening in a bit. Let's actually see. we have several people that could be a target. Although, well, definitely one. Let me actually check the category. If I see any other names that I'm like, let's maybe go over there, as we've raided Toasty already yesterday. I don't mind doing it again, but let's maybe see if you see other names. You know what? Let's maybe go with Otter. Who's doing some open worlding as well. I think they might be as well on the same weekly track we were on. Yeah, GG's all around indeed. Yeah, in my case, I'm gonna go take a break, go eat. I need to do some work stuff as well, so I'll just get all of that done. Maybe even do some house stuff because I realized I haven't done a laundry in like 2 weeks, which is still fine. Still have like enough clean clothes, but yeah, definitely I did grab a shirt I haven't worn in like 2 years at the back of a closet. I mean, that's just the black shirt, so all of them look the same anyway. But yeah, it's need to go do some of that stuff. Let me catch up one last time here. In that room, yeah, I basically always shoot them out. Just yeah, it's tradition. So I always go like, traditions have to be maintained. Also, yeah, Cairo says there, yeah, the true tip for if we're giving only the tip for hardcore is, yeah, don't die. Just don't die. Oh no, those kind of things I likely just have way too many of clothes and stuff, but I've just been lazy. So but yeah, definitely need to like, yeah, do that kind of stuff. But yeah, we'll send everybody off to Otter, who's I think doing kind of the same thing we were doing, just running around, just being their best selves. I'll be back in the evening. In the evening, yeah, we're gonna record character 2's build collection rundown, run through, as I've run through, not run down, as I've taken to calling them. So yeah, we'll do character 2 and yeah, get through all of their builds. And actually, in a few hours, because I kind of need to watch the last half hour of it, so it's still scheduled for 6 my time, which is in like 1 hour 45 minutes. What we recorded yesterday, the run through of character 1, all of well, this character and all of their builds as we went through yesterday. And then yeah, we'll work on Coco spreadsheet because I wouldn't mind doing that, yeah, between 2 and 3 if we can get it done. But then we'll kind of focus on it. But then that character 2 video is already ready, and then I can kind of focus on Coco a little bit. Yeah, and if you happen and explaining, we'll send everybody off here on the Twitch end, on the YouTube end. Yeah, you people, I can't do anything to you guys and gals. You just have to figure it out for yourself. You Twitch people, though, you're going to Otter. We're rounding you up and we're sending you over to Otterness. Yeah, and if you happen for me, I'm gonna hit that start raid button. And yeah, hope everybody's been enjoying their Tuesday so far, and the reset and such. And yeah, I'll be back in a few hours time as well. Likely I'll start a little bit earlier in the evening as well, an hour or so. So in 4 hours-ish time, around that time. Yeah. Thank you all for joining me. Enjoy Otter. I'll be back in a little bit. And as always, I mean, actually, not as always, because I'm not going to say have a good night, except if it is a good night, then have a good night. But for the rest of us, have a good day.